the Brazilian baby. I'll make them all go crazy. They say that it's my smile, but I shake it well. Throw my hair back, I'm a sick chick, no holding it. Let it down, let it out, throw my hair back. I'm a sick chick, no holding it. Let it down, let it out. He loves the boys, want me. Wanna see big man on me. Wanna see me take it. Come home so he could reclaim it. He loves the boys, want me. Wanna see big man on me. Wanna see me take it. Come home so he can reclaim it. I'm in love with a caca, I'm in love with a caca. Now you wanna admit it, but he knows that I love it. I'm in love with a caca, I'm in love with a caca. Ring, ring in the regular, ring, ring in the regular. Who said this game was easy? It's business, it's all money. Don't got it, they don't want you. The music's all you got to. Gotta fight for yourself like a play in the sheets, like a Jane and Finch blown Chrissy baby. You can tell my face and you never believe till I say the signs and the names of the street. He loves the boys, want me. Wanna see big man on me. Wanna see me take it. Come home so he could reclaim it. He loves the boys, want me. Wanna see big man on me. Wanna see me take it. Come home so he could reclaim it. I'm in love with a caca, I'm in love with a caca. Now you wanna admit it, but he knows that I love it. I'm in love with a caca, I'm in love with a caca. Ring, ring in the regular, ring, ring in the regular. Bota mi boca, bota mi mão, tu grão pipoca. Eu quero mostrar, não vai chorar. Eu quero uma mais, eu quero. Oh rapaz, oh bi, oh papai, vais me do, la la. Oh you quer, vai lá embaixo, vais me do, mamãe. Eu gosto de uns que me, eu quero te ver provar-me. Eu quero te ver mostrar-me, faz me do, la la. I'm in love with a caca, I'm in love with a caca. Now you wanna admit it, but he knows that I love it. I'm in love with a caca, I'm in love with a caca. Ring, ring in the regular, ring, ring in the regular. Go, go. Throw my hair back, I'm a sick chick, no holding it. Let it down, let it out, let it down, let it out. Throw my hair back, I'm a sick chick, no holding it. Let it down, let it out, let it down, let it out. Caca, I'm in love with a caca. Now you wanna admit it, but he knows that I love it. I'm in love with a caca, I'm in love with a caca. Ring, ring in the regular, ring, ring in the regular. Caca, I'm in love with a caca. Now you wanna admit it, but he knows that I love it. I'm in love with a caca, I'm in love with a caca. Ring, ring in the regular, ring, ring in the regular.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to my second stream of the day. If you guys were with me earlier, finished up the mac and cheese chat log with Jorrun, which was the boulder rolling down the hill that once that momentum started going, there was no stopping it for this genie fucker. It's crazy. We're almost 2 years since Jorrun got busted, and I remember right after it happened, Mike Pence did his stream, and then Clobber did a couple of streams, and people were saying, "It's gonna last," like how long can Jorrun be funny? And it was still a question because the Jorrun streams really dissipated throughout last year, and it was really Jorlai, the first Jorlai, that kind of brought it back, and we got new streamers out of it. We got a bunch of new content. And like just looking here, a lot of the people who are in this chat now weren't around last year. So it's good to see people still enjoy the Jorrun stuff, because I don't believe it's not to replace the Book of Lorne, but it's a really entertaining side note. So also something I pointed out to Honest earlier. If you guys were with me earlier and saw some of Cheater Pop, that Cheater Pop stuff I did, I actually got served with a lawsuit for that on July 5th, 2018. And then on July 5th, 2020, I was serving Jorrun a big slab of BBC right in his face. And he didn't mind that. He actually didn't mind that. So not too long of a preamble here. I imagine that most of you guys who are here, you know the story of Jorrun. When these calls started releasing, most people had no idea who Lauren is, which is why there's the preamble in the beginning of each video. Also, again, this is almost 3 months to the day after Jorrun dropped his horrible fake apology for Lauren, his apology to Lauren. So we might listen to that later. Some sad dad stuff in the form of cheater pop maybe. So we'll see how far we get with this. So I'm just gonna start on the prequel call, and then we'll just kind of move forward from there. And if you guys have any questions, I'll try and keep an eye on the chat. You guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
On July 3, 2020, Wes Most was contacted by Joran Comedy. Joran said he has just been catfished by a troll and he wanted Wes to help him deal with things. Wes Most had been tipped off, and knew that Joran would be exposed as a predator. Wes did not know the extent of things until the following day. The call was recorded.
So, not 100% accurate. We did know Jordan would be exposed as a predator, but I knew this stuff. It was just at the time when we were released. There are still some people within the community who don't believe that Jordan should have been exposed, or who thought, fine, get rid of him, but why make content about him? And it was actually Mac and Cheese who said, why not him? Why wouldn't this guy be a lolcow in the community? He came into this community. Why should he be free to do this to other people? You got to warn people about people like this. So to just let him go because you felt like it would make the TCAP community look bad really says a lot about who you are. If you think that this should just be excused somewhere else, let it be someone else's problem.
Despite knowing what he had done, Joran acted like he had done nothing wrong. He refused to apologize for his behavior. Joran was dismissive and took it as a jealous troll. This would all change just 2 days later, when Mac and Cheese released the Google Drive. Joran would suddenly change his tune, and feel the need to apologize in an effort to save his channel. This was Friday, July 3, 2020.
I just realized I started this stream without saying hello to everyone. Hey, Donde, Cat G, Jason S, Il Rearg, Guru, Cookie Whoopie Pie, Lawrence Plywood Door. Thanks. You are also awesome. And Clobber, we can both agree, is a piece of shit. Cyber Squeak, Nathan Tagalong. I love your Jorn stuff. I had some in the playlist the other day. Cornville Three-Way, Lauren's Mother, Gwen's Twink Toilet. Very nice. Jason S. Vexy is back. Pussy Destroyer, that's me. Cat G, did I say hi to you already? Triggy, Sloth Cat, and I think Cornville Foreskin and WB/H along. I think I saw Jesse earlier. Sprinkle Cake is here. All right, Danny Banani, let's get started on this, guys. So I want to try and get in at least the first two. Rachel D and Sad Face 09. I see you guys. You are valued. You are seen.
Hey, bro.
What's up, bro?
I'm a fucking mess right now, kid.
All right, take a deep breath. I think you're overreacting. I don't know. I think you're overreacting. I mean, I see what she wrote, but that's just her opinion. What is she going to prove to people, that you guys had a flirty?
The troll was supposed to be over right now. It was supposed to be done. That, like, when he sent me the message, I expected him to tell me to figure it out. It was supposed to be done. So when he said, "Can I call you?" I kind of just I said, he wants to talk to me, and they were like, "Yeah, I guess." And so this wasn't planned. None of this was supposed to happen, and it just lucked out that Steve Asarch had told me about the software to use to record these calls a week earlier.
Conversation.
I don't know, dude. First of all, I will say this. I'm glad I'm talking to you, because if there's anyone who's been...
Yeah, the kid thing. I know a lot of people get questioned about that. That is '90s slang. It's Wu Tang. You know, what's up, kid? It's something that we said all the time. He wasn't calling me a kid like a kid. He was using his street slang. It was only like 2 weeks before this that I was in the Black Person Barbecue stream, and he kept saying, keep asking me what my favorite Wu Tang. So we never discussed Wu Tang before, but he was just sure I had a favorite Wu Tang song. And so he just kept asking me, and then assuming that I only drink cognac.
Through deeper shit and more shit, it's you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean,
I'm glad.
I've never been through anything. I don't know what. Well, tell me what happened. Is this something that?
Yeah, I'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
So, what happens is a little bit about me. You'd figure this out anyway if you didn't. I am the stereotypical sensitive artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I take things hard, perhaps too hard, worry too much, all that shit. So, started talking to this chick. Everything's fine. It's going to come out anyway. I'm kinky.
Okay.
I'm very kinky. So there you go. We all have our fetishes. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, but I mean, I had Muse call me out for being involved in BDSM. That wasn't something people knew about. And if anything, that just made my DMs light up more.
I mean, obviously these were just things I was, all that shit, the Vince shit, the Muse shit, it was all awful. There were no silver linings to any of it, but I did want to plant that idea in Jorrun's head early on. I didn't know where I was going with the calls, but I did have a bunch of sound effects and shit ready to go. And I was just gonna mess with them, and there was no specific length of time on where it was gonna go. It was just having fun with them.
So, again, I
Cool.
think you're if that's all that happened. I mean, saying that this adult man is kinky, how is that going to harm you? I think you're overreacting.
Yeah. Well, let me just give you the breakdown. And if you still think so, I will definitely respect that. Anyway, so everything's going great. She's sending me this pic, that pic. No pics of her face. I'm like, I really want to talk and hear your voice. Doesn't want to do it. Really want to do video. Doesn't want to do that. There's kind of a warning thing to me. I heard what you said, but I'm like, eh. So
What?
she gets me to get, what's that?
What do you mean you heard what I said?
Well, about what you said about, don't push her and stuff. Let her be comfortable and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I just felt my...
So that's two things he didn't listen to, because I also told him, if you're going to send pictures, don't send any face or tattoos, nothing identifiable. So he didn't listen to that, and he didn't listen to the thing about pushing her. So he got himself into this predicament. He wanted shit from her, so she wanted a sad, wimpy dick pic and the no face, and he sent both.
Antenna was going up. I'm like, why doesn't she want to do it? Is she hiding something? Because now, of course, I'm been so paranoid about trolls. And you said it wouldn't be a troll. I'm sorry. I have to get a little angry.
Hold on. I said what?
You said it definitely wouldn't be a troll, this woman. Meanwhile, she is the king.
Who would just 100% definitively believe that? I mean, what I told him exactly was, you can't assume that everyone who contacts you is a troll, even though I assume that everyone who contacts me is a troll. That's me, not this fucking guy who's contacting him. Now, yeah, I automatically assume everyone you deal with in your life is a troll, but back then, no. And so this guy's he's mobbing around the community, trying to hit on every woman possible. And then when someone actually slides into his DM, he's like, I don't know if I should contact her. She sounds like a troll. How does that even make so? Because she wasn't someone in the community you recognize, you weren't down to sexualize her? She sent you a vajayjay.
Queen.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, this person apparently just got my trust so they could hit me with this big message at the end.
Okay, so let me recap it for you.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you talked with this girl.
Yeah.
She sent you pictures.
Yeah.
To get your trust.
Yeah.
And then you told her that you were kinky or whatever. Which, big fucking deal. You're a grown man, and she's a grown woman. Clearly not 13 or 14 or anything, right?
Claim to be 28.
What?
Claim to be 28.
Okay, so I mean, told you that they were of legal age. So fucking what?
Yeah. Well.
And as far as and I just want to say, as far as me saying that it wasn't going to be a troll, I mean, you understand I'm not actually Negrodamus. I can't tell the future. But what I was saying is, don't.
Negrodamus is not my line. I got that from Chappelle's show. It's like a Paul Mooney bit. I'm pretty sure. I did drop it there because I thought it was stupid that just because of my experience, I'm supposed to be able to identify all trolls. I don't have that ability. Like I still talk to Clobber, and I'm pretty sure that dude's Xavier.
You can't look at everything like it's a troll, but of course, there are still rules, and you have to be careful and everything. What I was saying though was to back off and not push things too fast, too far, too early, because everything should go in a natural progression. Within 3 or 4 days of talking, then you initiate phone contact. But giving out a phone number or email or anything like that to someone in this day and age, someone can look up that phone number and track you that way, so people are leery about shit like that. So I completely understand why someone would be uncomfortable wanting to hop on a phone right now, especially, and look at it this way, someone's sending you nudes first, right? Then then they're gonna give you a phone number or some way to contact them. Now you could connect that to that person, and then you have something to hold over their head. So it's
gotcha.
Completely natural. I mean, I know you said you were worried about trolls, but think about what she's worried about. And she said that someone had exposed her before or something like that. So she's going to be just as leery. So, but I think, I mean, if that's all that happened, I don't think that you have anything to worry about. She's going to tell.
This prequel call is so long because he won't fucking get to it. Like the prequel call is super long for what it is. He got catfished over a few days, and then the shit was done. Okay, why couldn't he just come out and say that? He tap dances around everything. He knew what was out there. He knew what he had sent. But like I already knew, and that was the hard part for me, was not letting on what I had already seen, and he made it really fucking hard. There's no reason this call should be 40 minutes.
Tell people that hey, this grown man talked to me, a grown woman, sexually after I sent him nude pictures of me. Let's jump on them.
My thought process is this. Let me just get this out, please. This is all my worries and what's stressing me. I was already going nuts from trolls and how much they're fucking impersonating me and doing stuff.
All right. Okay. So this was really funny to me because I did enjoy the fact that while I was the one trolling Jorrun, that I would also be on Skype talking to him and telling him not to let the troll win. There were many times he wanted to kill streams. And I'll say, Jorrun, if you kill the stream, you're going to let Nicotra win. Is that what you want? Do you want a world where Vince Nicotra could chase you off the internet? Because that's not a world I want to live in. And so I would make him continue the stream, and then I'd have like 50 more names ready to keep going in, and he would just be angry deleting. And it was great. And it made him turn to me for more guidance because I was his mentor throughout this pain I was causing him. And it's fucked up when you say it like that, but don't think about it like that. Think about it any different way than what I just said.
Now what's going to happen is every time, and again, that's why I started off by saying I'm a sensitive artist. This is how stuff affects me.
What?
I am going to, that's why I preface this conversation by saying I'm a sensitive artist and how stuff affects me.
Mm.
But from now on, every time I put up a new video, I'm going to be looking fearfully in the comments for bullshit. I'm afraid if I do a stream, it's going to be constantly trolls popping in. I'm afraid if I visit a friend's stream and someone is going to go there and go, this guy is bad to women, which, by the way, I didn't say anything that was non-consensual within the kinkiness. I didn't force her. This guy My dicks were very unflattering, unlike yours.
What do you even say to that? I mean, like, if you go back and look at every sentence ever said by a human to another human, I don't know if that's ever been said. That we might be witnessing the first time that's ever been uttered to another person. Because this man, as far as I know, has not seen my dick. But he told me that it was impressive, unlike his. Like, so it wasn't. It was such a weird comment. And that was my takeaway from this one call when I went back to the group was you have to hear the fucking thing he said to me. And that I thought that was the only usable thing out of this was him saying that.
Wait, hold on, what?
The dick pics I sent of her weren't great.
Oh, you sent? Well, just say they don't. That's not your dick, dude.
Okay.
That's the worst of it.
You sent so much sense.
You sent some dick pics. You know? Okay.
I am just I sent you the whole thing. So right above that was the pic of what looked to be a woman with the dick coming out, and I was
out of her pussy, like she was having sex with some dude.
No, female.
What?
Yes. Yes. And I'm like, okay, the first picture you sent of me was the one with the dress pulled up and that one a pussy.
And there was
then suddenly.
I mean, Jordan, if we're going to start comparing the different pictures, maybe you should look and see that those were 5 different women. And someone asked how old. At the time, he was 48 years old. This was a creator who was within the community who made fun of Lauren. His jokes got you off much better than porn. He was a real cringe guy who was also he was sexually harassing a lot of the community members, but that's not the reason why we gather each July for July. That's not why we come together to celebrate the moment that this man was exposed. He has a genie fetish, and not to kink shame, but this was the first time I had ever heard of a genie fetish, and I thought I'd heard of just about everything. But he was a 48-year-old man who had an admitted history of chatting sexually with teenagers, high school girls, and it was while treating himself to a Jorrun sandwich. He would also like the pictures of little girls in genie costumes or little girls with genie bottles painted on their faces. It didn't matter. He literally would go and search genie, and anything genie related. If you look now and look online and you find anything related to genies, there's a pretty good chance you're going to find a comment under it from Mr. Jorrun Comedy. I did a video with Chris Hansen about Joran. It was about With the Wonder. It was about predators on YouTube, and I did a video with him. So I'll link that in the chat. And that actually came out last July. Was that video? So I'll link that in the chat here. And CNJ Dev, how do I feel about my name being misspelled? I mean, I could only blame myself. There was a reason for it. I mean, whoever the Jorrun Comedy Mirror channel is, probably Joey.
And then suddenly this last pic, it's breast and a cock. And she's just like, I'm going to warn all the women about you. You can't prey on them, which, again, everything was consensual. You know, there was no rape talk or any shit or whatever.
If you were having rape talk with this other person, you guys are role playing, that doesn't make it non-consensual. Does he understand how that works? It wasn't non-consensual. There was no rape. How do you even do that?
But I don't know, dude. I just worry. This person seems to have way too much time and just wants to do some sort of full-time thing to destroy my rep. Like, how can I even be myself? How can I even go to a stream and flirt with all the girls like I just normally do? How can I trust anyone new? Every time I see a new name, I'm going to go, is that a fucking troll?
Well, is there any girl that you, like, spurned or anything that would have a reason to...
No.
Someone that's jealous because you're showing attention to someone else or anything like that?
Wes, I pride myself on being a good person, follow the golden rule. I'm not perfect. You know, obviously I love really beating up on Lauren, but I try to be nice to everyone. I try to be respectful to everyone. I have had, up until recently, this past month, it's been rare people even like insult me. I had one or two people like insulting my talent level, block them. And but this is fucking.
Yeah, he's not joking. It was only the last month that I started trolling him, and it was the least productive month for me at work because he streamed a lot, and anytime he was streaming, I would be on my phone and two computers, just going back because sometimes I would only get one or two comments up before he would delete. But it really was all about just shock and awe, and it didn't even start. It just started off as one name, and then it just kept going, and you'd hear him get progressively more angry as the stream went on, and clobbering time thought it was funny. So if anyone was peer pressuring me to do it more, it was clobbering time and also Bapsby. I'll go ahead and throw them under the bus.
And so, and I just want to. The worst thing you sent some, can you identify anything in the background of the pictures? Are there,
No.
no diploma on the wall or anything like that where they'd be able to?
No.
Okay, so you didn't send anything like that. You sent what, like one dick pic, two dick pics?
A couple dick pics with her name on it, not mine. Stuff where it couldn't even really be.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, there is a Jorrun's Tiny PP Drive, and there is a reason it is called the Jorrun Tiny PP Drive. But within this drive, you're gonna find his chat log, his full chat log with the catfish who catfished him, and her name was Mac and Cheese because Mac and Cheese brought down both Jorrun Comedy and Lorne, and this would be the first catfish that we know of for Jorrun back in July of 2020, and by July of 2021 he had been catfished by 5 different women, and that's impressive. And one of them was even named Ramona, and this guy who claimed to be a Lornographer who claimed that Ramona was his favorite catfish, was actually catfished by. I've never met anyone in my life named Ramona, but this guy met someone named Ramona, and it didn't faze him at all. So I'm putting a link to the Tiny PP Drive in here, and I'm not going to be interrupting so much. I just wanted to give a little background in the beginning while we get started.
Identified per se as my body. Now that I think of it, definitely didn't tell her what state I was in. Didn't get my phone number. Didn't get my address.
Okay.
So I got that going
and
for me.
No tattoos, no face, no nothing like that, right?
I did send her one face pic. She wanted to see my face.
Oh,
but
fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that was like the first thing I said.
What?
And that's what you're seeing on screen. If you've ever seen this face before, that was Jorrun. He was asked for a picture of him in the throes of passion, in the middle of an orgasm, and this is the picture he sent, which is embarrassing on so many levels. But I mean, at the time, yeah, it was a funny picture, but we didn't think it would. I mean, I've put this thing in commercials. It's been on every Chris Hansen video I've done since May of 2021. It's been used all over the place. I mean, Clobber has this guy in a video with almost a million. Like he's everywhere, and it was a monkey's paw thing because all this guy wanted was recognition. He wanted people to know who he was as an entertainer. And 2 years on, this guy couldn't crack 165 subscribers on his YouTube channel. His dream was to get a video to 1,000 views, and the first video of his with 1,000+ views was him apologizing to every woman he ever met online for sexualizing, and that's some Twilight Zone shit.
Don't send a face picture. You can't do that.
She already knows what I look like.
Yeah, well, that's one thing. But now, I mean, you have to remember, dude, my whole thing is built on receipts.
Yeah.
If this person is able to show receipts of this conversation and your face is in there, that's irrefutable. That's not someone.
None of what I'm saying makes any sense. It wouldn't matter if she had his face. And also with his tiny penis, he wrote her name on it with Bic pen. I'll just say it again if this is your first time hearing it. He wrote, well, as much of her name as he can fit. The next day he did it again and he just wrote M and C because he was more realistic. But the first day, apparently he didn't have a marker or anything else on hand. So he wrote on his dick with a Bic pen.
One pretending to be you or someone creating. And it's not the picture from your profile, right?
No. I'm fucking finished, dude. And you know what? That was what she kept pushing for, and as soon as she got it, boom.
So all this happened. When was this going on? Because you didn't mention any of that she was pushing for, really pushing for face stuff. And I wish you would have said something about that. That picture changes everything, though.
I thought that was nothing. I thought that was nothing compared to the fucking dick pic.
Well, a dick is a dick. How do you prove that that's your dick? But your dick being above your face in the same conversation.
It's over for me, Wes, isn't it?
Cookie Whoopie Pie, the title for a Jorrun Twilight Zone episode would be Genie, Meanie, Miney, Go.
I mean, how do you define over?
I don't know. I mean, this person, people, God, I hope it's not a group of people. This person is just got such a fucking vendetta. Unlimited time. Keeps popping up. New account. YouTube doesn't block fucking IPs, but blocking a million accounts does nothing. 2 seconds later, Vince or whoever the fuck comes back with another stupid one. Now they're coming after me on Twitter. What next? Discord? Where will I go? What can I even do? Well, where will they post my info?
I mean, Kelpill, don't you think to serve man ... while wearing a genie costume would also work?
And that's the problem. I mean, I know from the multiple times I've been threatened for using receipts. I mean, there's no expectation of privacy in a two-way conversation. So yeah, they can be shared. Luckily, your penis can't, though. That would be considered like revenge porn.
Cool.
Well, this was my rug pull. I'd been waiting for an opportunity to use this because as soon as I said it couldn't be used, oh my God, he's thinking, yes, that tiny shriveled excuse for a penis with the big pen on it is never going to see the light of day because Wes, the obvious lawyer, just told me that it can't be used. Now I can go to sleep knowing, yes, maybe my chat log, but it's fine. My dick's not going to get out there.
What I'm saying is, like on YouTube, they wouldn't be able to do that. Would they be able to send it to other people as a warning? That's not considered revenge porn.
Oh, great. Great. What the fuck am I going to do?
Because Muse sent my dick to lots of people, and that was not an issue because she said that she was trying to warn people because I was a trafficker. But if she would have put it in that video or showed it during that stream, then I would have been able to get her for a revenge porn. It has to be done with malicious intent to like embarrass or harm.
I don't know if any of that's true. It's just making up shit on statistics and facts. But Jordan believes it because over the last month, I gave him really good advice to do a stream with Kennedy. And not only was it a huge success, but he made $80. His next stream, he made $5. The stream before that, he made $2. And this is no joke. If you add up the total amount of money Jorrun made streaming, it was $87. Now, if this isn't stars aligning for the second coming of Jorrun, then I don't know what is. And this is how it was born.
Oh, I wish you would have. I wish you would have mentioned that she was pushing. I mean, if I would have known she was pushing for what she just kept saying, I want to picture your face.
Yeah.
And that's
what she kept saying.
That didn't seem weird to you?
No, the dick seemed far more. I'm like, it'll be me with a silly expression.
I mean, we had this same conversation beforehand, though. Don't show your face because a dick is a dick, and you can always say that's not my dick. That's not my dick.
I was absolutely
prove that's my
right,
dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow. I was thinking so of what was intimate and what was private.
No,
and I absolutely
you also,
did not get that.
You also don't want to send that to where, you know.
You don't want to send that dick ever to anyone. And for anyone not familiar, as soon as he sent the dick pic to Mac and Cheese, he didn't hear back for about 8 minutes, and he apologized. He apologized for his dick. He was asked for a dick pic. He sent the dick pic, and then he apologized for the dick pic. And I'm going to say it now, and I will continue to say it. Prove that's my dick. And I will continue to say it. If anyone, if you ever send a dick pic that you need to apologize for, you shouldn't be sending that dick pic. Even if it was asked for and you need to apologize for it, live to fight another day. Say, you know what? I'm not going to send that dick pic today. Be a man. Say you're not going to send the dick pic today, and send it another time when it's looking more presentable, when it's looking more impressive, like mine.
Think of the TCAP stuff. They would ask them for a cheeseburger in the same conversation where they're talking about sex, so they can prove it was the same person. So they can't later say that wasn't me. Oh, but you happen to show up with a cheeseburger, or you happen to bring Mike's Hard Lemonade. That's why they would ask for something like that. So if you're being asked for she just said, I want a picture of your face, like, send me a smiling selfie, or was she more specific?
She said specifically, I want to see your O face. And actually, at one point, she says, I want to see video. I'm like, you're not giving me video. I'm definitely not. She wanted a video of fucking me jacking off and my face. I did so.
Wait, so you were jacking off?
No, not on camera.
No, I'm saying you sent her pictures of you. What pictures did you send? Because you left out the face thing in the beginning.
17 minutes in, and he still hasn't told me exactly what happened. So this guy wants help, but he wants me to drag it all out of me. And like Nathan Tagalong said earlier, I feel like the reason why he wanted to get on the phone is because I'm partially to blame for this in his mind. So because it's our problem, I need to help him figure this out.
Okay.
What pictures? Be honest. What did you send her?
Yeah. A couple pictures of me, a couple pictures of my dick before and after jerking off. A pic of my legs and a pic of my face. I think that's everything.
I mean, if it wasn't for the face, I think you'd be fine. But with that face in there, and I mean, I'm looking at what she, do I still call her she? I don't even know at this point.
Yeah.
I'm looking at what she wrote, and I need to tell you something. There are a lot of women in the TCAP community that are broken and have suffered sexual assault in their past. I know that's true. This isn't the community.
I've heard those words from somewhere at some time. I don't remember who or when or what the circumstance was. But yeah, go ahead.
This isn't the community to prey upon women and flirt with them. I mean, so when you see what she wrote, do you think that maybe any of that's true?
To be 100% honest.
Yeah.
To be 100% Honest West, man to man. I don't prey on music.
Not praying. Do you think maybe some people are seeing the flirting as too much in this community?
I don't think.
Has anyone said anything to you? Well, the only thing I can think of is the response to that one video. I don't remember which one it was. Which one was it?
Mm-hmm.
You did it with mini syllables or kelp pill. I can't remember.
Kelpie, yeah.
And I remember the reaction of that was pretty polarizing.
My question to Jorrun when that video came out was, wow, how did you get Kelp Pill to agree to do that video? And he said, would you believe she begged me to do it? And no, I didn't believe him. But I couldn't push on any of those things because even when he asked me when he got my name and was asking me my real name because he was dying to know who this person was, I couldn't push because we were working towards something. And had I snapped during that time, we probably wouldn't have these prequel calls or the apology calls or the butterfly effect.
Yeah, that was the one that had the most amount of thumbs down.
Yeah.
Although I don't believe there was any actual complaints.
Well, I mean, the thumbs down would probably be the complaint. People wouldn't want to leave a comment where you could identify that they were unhappy with it, you know?
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I was just chalking up to the theory that the Cornville Mafia had finally found me.
160 subscribers. Couldn't break 100 views on his videos. Would go to Facebook and post them in COD's forum and would post as him, like create sock accounts to hype himself up on Reddit with his posts. The Cornville Mafia had first of all, it's not real, but Jorrun believed that it was. And when I started trolling him and he needed a scapegoat, it became Vince Nicotra. And once he threw Nicotra, I just let him run with that because he liked the idea of thinking that the same person that was after me, who had made shit so hard for me, was also after him because it put us on the same level as creators. He was my equal because Vince Nicotra was coming in. He was a threat to Vince Nicotra because of the roast.
Yeah, I mean,
that's only a theory.
I mean, I don't see that happening.
And I don't know. I didn't think Vince was gonna find me, and here we are.
Well, yeah.
So I
mean, in your mind, is this person really upset about what you're doing, or is this just an excuse?
I would say this. So I will credit myself with being very good at noticing people's reactions. I do flirt a lot with all the women. If someone is not into it, I stop. I notice carefully their reaction. First of all, because I don't want to even bother. Somebody like.
But he did bother. He bothered a lot of people and didn't pay attention to shit because the person that I was with, he was continually bothering and posting weird shit on their videos. But guys, I gave you guys plenty of ample notice. There was a banner on the screen. There's the likes. The likes are low. There's a lot of people here who aren't liking me up, and when that happens, only one thing can happen.
You know there are three sides to every story. See, I don't know why you've been posting all the memes. Must really want to have pics with me.
There's also a twerking video. You guys want to see the twerking video, or do you guys want to like the stream? I'll play the twerking video. I don't care what. If you're eating right now, I'll play the twerking. I'll play it on slow motion.
Very good at noticing people's reactions. I do flirt a lot with all the women. If someone is not into it, I stop. I notice carefully their reaction. First of all, because I don't want to even bother, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody like, obviously, I'm very good friends with Kelpil. Road is someone who's very reciprocative, whatever the fuck that word is.
Receptive.
And, yeah. Reciprocative, whatever. Reciprocate.
Receptive. Someone who's
receptive and someone who
or reciprocate.
Someone who reciprocates.
So he's arguing semantics with me, and he's going to try and tell me that the fact that they reciprocate is important, more important than if they were just receptive to it. And I argue it doesn't matter. If someone's receptive to it, they're receptive to it. It doesn't matter if in your mind they're flirting back by saying another Lorne quote back to you. They don't have to flirt back. But if they think it's fine, if they're fine with it, that's one thing. But to try and argue semantics with, because he wants me to know that not only is he a flirt, but he actually gets responses. You know, they give it right back to him, like when Scarlet Ebony gets drunk and you get to see the real her. So that's because he gets off this call and he tells Kelpil that he got to tell me that he was involved with BDSM, and that was his silver lining to this call. This call that you're listening to, his silver lining, his takeaway was, oh, I got to tell us I was involved in BDSM. That was pretty cool.
In other words, gives it back.
I know what reciprocate. Yeah, I do reciprocal mailings every day for work.
And again, sorry to pause again, but why is he giving me the definition of a word I just told him that he agreed with? I don't need the definition, bitch. I just gave it to you.
Well, there you go. I just couldn't quite say the word.
Yeah, so you're looking for so as far as you know, all the women that you flirt with are receptive to it and they're fine with it and they return it back.
Yeah.
So then
I pay very close attention to that shit. I pride myself on that shit. I'm not interested for a few different reasons.
So that
I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable.
So that in your mind, this is more than likely just a bullshit excuse someone's using.
It really sounds, I mean, when I tell you I'm shaking and I'm worried and stuff, I don't believe the quote-unquote accusation. That is, that's somebody who's, you know, elevator doesn't go to the top floor.
Someone who's searching for a reason.
Yes. Yes. And, I don't know, dude. I mean,
so what's your...
just seeing a dick there is unnerving enough.
What's that?
Then seeing the dick there was unnerving enough. That was enough. But then accusations, now I'm going to do all this thing and ruin your reputation. Like, what do I try to do? I mean, I try to make people laugh. I want to make people laugh, and I enjoy flirting. And money would be great. That's it.
0 out of 3. How about you work on making people laugh first? Then I guess the flirting, and then the money. But perfect one before you start trying to branch out.
I have no fucking weird ass, you know, desires. I have no evil. I'm uncomplicated in that way. I like to entertain. I think like you like to be creative and come up with good quality stuff. You know, that's it. And I love it. I love the attention. I've made amazing friends. I had incredible conversations, you being one of them, people telling me like what my content means and how much they enjoy my.
I never once had a conversation with him about what his content meant to me or how much I enjoy it. Ever. I don't think anyone had that conversation with him. I think he asked a lot of people to watch his content and they said, yeah, it's good because it's, as a community, we like to support people. But I don't think anyone was like, man, your content really means a lot. Like, his content was bullshit. And Cornville Three-Way, he's just, we think a lot alike, him and I. He's just like me in terms of content creation and the way that we approach things. All one take, no edits.
Content. And they think well of me as a person. So I don't want to lose that shit, but fuck.
Well, I mean, so that's what I'm saying. What is your move, though? Do you know, are you going to do what I was going to do on New Year's Eve and pack it in and be done? Or do you just go forward and say, fuck it?
I mean,
it's already
there.
It's already out there now. So right? I mean, whoever she or Vince or whoever it is, has your dick pics and face pic, and how bad was the conversation?
I mean, you told me you're also into BDSM. It was pretty much just regular stuff. I like to be called master. I like to be served. I'm dominant. Da 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 da.
Are you a dom?
I couldn't help it. I wasn't. I kept telling myself to just let him go, and that was the one thing. Like the feedback I got from Mac and Cheese themselves was I was cutting Jordan off and not letting him answer things. So you'll notice in like the Kennedy calls, which were like a month later, I just let her go because I just wanted to let her go. But I was getting mad at him. Like this started off with me just fucking around, but as it went da 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 da, yeah, yada yada yada. I like to pull hair. I like her to dress as a genie. I like to write on my dick with a Bic pen. As it went on, I started getting more angry. So I had to stop him. I had to question him on the BDSM thing because I knew it was bullshit.
Are you actually familiar with BDSM? And
yeah, I've been a dom / master for years now.
Really? So I mean, like when I say you're actually you studied and like the whole contract and all.
I won't say I studied. I don't know Gorian rules or anything, and that way I guess I'm more of a freelance.
That was like a Eugene Levy line from American Pie, like Jim's dad. Well, I wasn't quite I was more of a freelance. A freelance dom, and it came out of his mouth so naturally, and he's going to go on. And this man knows nothing. The extent of BDSM that he knows was from the movie Cricket Snapper, which is about as authentic as 50 Shades of Grey. Like this guy has no fucking clue what he's talking about, and he's talking to someone who, as far as he knows, has a lot of knowledge in this area, and he's just going to like try and bullshit this. He's female. He's Mel Kennedy.
Okay. But yes, I absolutely have women who have called themselves my slave and are master and obey. And
you're not. That wouldn't be a dom. That's a master. So you're more master slave, not dom sub.
Yeah, I guess you could say.
No, those aren't either you're master slave, or you're dom sub. Like those, maybe you have some hybrid, but to just say that you're both. And then he's like, I guess so you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You're just making shit up. Because I know he had some online role play with the woman who just happened to be named Jeannie, and that's not a dox. Like there's a lot of people named Jeannie, but with the woman who happened to be named Jeannie. And if that's what it is, dude, if you had some online, Facebook style BDSM role play, then just say that. Don't try and pretend that you've had a lot of women. Look at this man on screen. He has not had a lot of women calling him the master or dom. 0 women.
Okay.
I am not that. Like I said, I've never studied any rules, and I know I have met subs in the past who it's like, here's the gigantic book of rules, and I'm like, I'm not interested in all these fucking rules.
Oh well,
but I know for some other people that's their thing.
I'm not interested in your rules as a dom, or then you don't have a BDSM relationship. You have an abusive relationship that this person is just okay with. But if there's no set rules and boundaries, and this is going to happen with this, and it's not just punishment because it is reward. It's not about tearing someone down. It's supposed to be about building each other up. Because without a sub, a dom is just a person. Right, like they're just a person by them. So it's a partnership, and this just shows that he has no idea what he's taught. He doesn't want to read their rules. The reason why he doesn't want to read their rules is because they're as non-existent as the fucking pizza. No one ever gave this man rules, or he would have sat down with some glasses on and had a little cup of tea, and he would have loved the fact that someone actually sat down and wrote this man rules because they were that interested in being in a BDSM relationship with him. He would read them every day.
The sub, the whole thing with the sub is that, it's not just about being the submissive. It's what the dom brings to the table. Because the submission is earned.
Yes.
So that like the master title and the dom title. I mean, you know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but those are earned over time. So Yeah,
and just one other thing, they don't bring you rules. You create those together because it's not like you just have this one set of guidelines that you bring with you from place to place. It's not an instruction manual for a steam iron. It's you guys come up with these together as a team. So for him to say like, "Oh, they brought me these rules," again, that just shows that he has zero experience. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
like with my there was like a 4-page Google Doc of like a rules / contract because it's a
You gotta
partnership.
protect yourself.
Well,
especially
yeah,
now.
and that's the other thing, like with Muse, and the reason why her ex didn't go to jail for domestic violence is because they had a contract, and when you're it's not domestic violence if you're agreeing to be beat and asking for it if you don't do A, B, and C. But I mean, to get back to your thing, what is your plan? I mean, what do you do? Do you preemptively strike and you let people know that, look, this happened and you might hear this, but let me tell my side, or do you just?
What a good question. So when this first happened, half an hour ago, whatever the fuck it was, I'm like, that's it. I'm quitting. I'm done. Everything's nuked. I want to go back to being a private citizen. I'm a sensitive introvert. I don't want to deal with any of this drama. I hate it. And then I was a little bit more like, all right, let me talk to people. Let me get this out. Let me get some cooler heads. And that makes me feel a little better. I do still feel shell-shocked. I do feel like I'm going to be scared and or freak out if I go to anybody's stream. I feel like now I have to have like one eye open.
Well, I mean,
I hate the idea of.
I'm just honestly with the dick and face pick out there. I completely. If it were me, I probably would. At least take a. Me personally, I would take a break. And because like with the Vince thing, that was something he was making up. And
So what he was referring to was when I got on New Year's Eve, excuse me, on New Year's Eve when Vince doxed me, I messaged Baked Salmon and told him that I was done. Like I didn't want to keep making content because I mean first it was Crystal, and like that same night Crystal is blowing me up. She's stalking me. I've got Vince doxing me. I got sued for 10 grand before I even put a video up on YouTube in 2018. It just wasn't fun, and like I enjoyed making videos, but if it was going to come to that, I didn't want to do it. And he was like, "Yeah, okay, I get it." And it wasn't until he was posting shit on Twitter and was spreading this thing about me being a hacker that I created a Twitter account and made that receipt video that Mr. Gigi ended up using. So that's what he's referring to. I was going to quit, and I asked him if he was going to let Vince if Vince was going to make him quit too. Don't let Vince get both of us, Jordan.
And I had proof that it was a lie. All of it was a lie, and so I was able to do that. But I don't know how to combat pictures of my dick and face. And I really don't. I don't know what to do in that situation. I don't really know.
Well, that's not words I was hoping to hear from you.
Well, I don't do. I'm not experienced with this kind of thing. I mean, when Muse is showing off my dick pic, we were in a, quote unquote, in the early stages of what could have been a relationship, and she wanted to see my dick. And so she saw my dick, and so that's, and she's an adult and everything else. And when she was showing it to people, like, they wanted to talk to me. So I never brought it up. She brought it up in a couple of streams, so I talk about it when we're reviewing a stream or whatever, but it wasn't something.
I mean, that's kind of unfair because way more people have seen Jordan's dick online than have seen mine at this point. So, and people would like to talk to him about his dick. So that I was incorrect. I'm like, so there was a silver lining to this. Lots of people have seen Jordan's dick, And there are many, many people who would love a Jorrun comeback. At any time, Jorrun is welcome to come back, and we won't thumbs down, Jorrun. We will thumb you up real good.
That I talked. She almost like was trying to threaten me with it, as if she was 16 years old when I sent it to her, and she was gonna put me on blast.
Yeah.
But I really don't know how to handle that. And if this person, if it's Vince or whoever, dude, or Vince and his sister, who the fuck knows? But if they do start going and warning people in TCAP, I that might cause some, just because it is a community built around, there are a lot of comments in chat, like especially during clobber streams, where people are saying that they themselves were victimized at a younger age. And so laughing at Lorne or Dan Allen or any of these guys, it to them, it's like getting a win against the person that they were vulnerable against before. So if someone's going around and saying, "Oh yeah, this guy's a predator," and let me show you, it could upset some people. It could make people just not want to hear your side. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you want to preemptively strike, or just step back and wait for it to happen and be.
What do you mean by preemptively strike?
Well, because you really have two options. You have two options. You can either ignore it and wait for something to come up, and then you're like, okay, well, yeah, but let me explain my side. Or you come out first and say, like, hey, you might hear, and I really don't know.
Again, this is actual advice from someone who managed PR during some crazy shit. Because, I mean, there were people getting murdered using seeking arrangement. There were people getting left in other countries using mistravel or what's your price. So this was actual advice. If he would have come out beforehand and kind of made fun of himself and owned this shit and then dipped, none of this stuff would have happened. And I gave him a lot of shitty advice, but I did give him actual advice. Jorrun, don't show your face. Jorrun, if you send your dick, don't send anything identifiable. And Jorrun, you need to get out ahead of this. And you'll see what he did.
I really don't know how that would work or what you would say, but basically let people know that they may hear or see something about you, and that you were misled, and you just kind of explain that you were misled by a person, and it was all a guise just to like embarrass you or whatever, because then when their video comes out, it cheapens the whole thing. It's the difference between someone apologizing, coming out and saying, hey, back in 2009, I made some racist tweets and I did blackface, and I'm really sorry, but I've really learned my lesson in the past. Or having it found out, and then you going, oh man, I've really learned over these last 3 hours since these were found. And, one of those guys gets canceled and the other guy gets to keep his, he keeps his job, and people accept that he learned a lesson because he preemptively apologized versus after the fact.
Yeah.
But do you really believe that this person is? I mean, it seems like they're pretty dedicated.
Yeah.
Do you think these people are? Do you think it's the same person?
I pray it's one person. I would hate to think it's a fucking team. And again, that mystifies me because, like I said, I'm nice to everyone. Like, in that conversation, I didn't do anything quote-unquote wrong. It was two consensual adults doing what they wanted to do. But the fact as a person is this kind of, like, hatred and obsession. I mean, yesterday when Chef, who was my best friend,
one, why do I give a fuck who your best friend is? And two, if Jorrun didn't think he did anything wrong, he wouldn't have been worried. Because if in this community, if this person would have been sending his dick pic out and sending their consensual conversation to shame Jorrun, they would have been chased off. Because we're not gonna let someone do some shit like that for no reason, right? But he knew that there was a lot more to be found out there, and he knew what he had been up to, and that's why he was worried. He wasn't worried that just this consensual conversation with a groupie was going to be released, but he figured that there was deep diving going on. And like he said, he had been using the name Jorrun for 20 years online. He tried to wipe a lot of stuff after the fact, but there's a lot of stuff he can't. And it's still out there.
He knew I wasn't going to be there streaming. He's like, are you in my stream? I'm like, no, I'm in an open mic right now running the sound. I'm going up to the stage pretty soon. He's just like, someone is here, and he sent me that, and it's a person, and the person was actually doing, I mean, it was a very small screen, but doing a decent impression of me. And the fact...
First of all, fuck you. It was a beautiful impression because I could be this man online better than he could. And the line I said to Bapsby was, hey, Baps, I have a part for you. And she said, oh, great. Send me a message. I said, I might also have a role for you in one of my plays. And like, come on, that's a Jorrun line that he would have used. And yes, Kelp Pill, Obsession, didn't the mac and cheese chat take place over like just 3 days? It was 3 days, 4 days max. Like max. That was the beginning of the end. It was like July 1st or 2nd when Mac and Cheese first reached out.
That he was being sweet to Cat G, who obviously is so sweet, and going through shit, and flirting with Rhoda.
Of course I was sweet to Cat G. Why wouldn't I be sweet to Cat G, Jordan?
It was almost worse, Wes, than if he was insulting me and or trying to ruin my rep. It was somehow worse. And
what did
banned him, but
what did he say? That was so much like you.
Well, at first, actually, he said, "Oh, Kat, I'm glad to hear things are going better for you. I've been worried." And I'm like, and then,
fuck that guy showing concern for Kat. How dare the person pretending to be you treat people nicely?
Rhoda's got my back, and she goes, "My heart belongs to Joran." I'm like, But Chef said that it was quickly obvious that he wasn't me. Because, again, it was just a quick screenshot. He goes, the guy was trying to flirt, but with him it came off as creepy. He said that the guy just didn't have my charm.
Oh, okay.
Which, to me, strikes me as a very Vince type of thing.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, there is an art to what I do, if I say so myself.
It's like something out of a cartoon. There is an art to what, if I do say so myself. The bitch said that I'm Vince. I must have been Vince. Sounds like a very Vince. He knows nothing about Vince other than what he might have saw in the midst, because he didn't watch my videos in the Mr. GG video. He knew nothing about Vince. So to say that sounds like a Vince thing, Vince wouldn't go and impersonate you. What Vince would do is he would make an account with your real name, and then he would just go in and keep giving your address over and over again. That's how Vince would troll.
And part of it is very much, noticing how the girl goes.
Mm-hmm.
With Rhoda, it's always the rose kiss smiley back at me. It's always reciprocated. Even Scarlett, who is a little bit more, well, Scarlett gets drunk and then you get to see the real Scarlett, and it is into me. I don't mind saying that because there are plenty of receipts, to steal your word, on my videos to prove.
Yeah, no, receipts.
I can laugh a little bit.
Receipts.
Receipts. I'm not quite as good with receipts as you are, but I do follow my tracks fairly well.
No. Mm-mm.
Room to grow up. But, so yeah, I am beloved, and I've seen recently.
That line right there, that needs to be clipped. I am beloved.
Particularly when I reach out to some people, that I am highly esteemed, which touches my heart, really does. But so where I'm at right now is, I'll just say quick. The 3 or 4 thoughts that come to my head is, 1, I trust no one new. All my DMs are fucking closed and locked down, probably never come back. And I am worried about waking up and seeing more shitty comments. Somebody actually created a Joran comedy channel with my profile pic. I'm like, YouTube, step up your game because you're fucking shit.
So I'd created the Jorrun Comedy Mirror channel before it was a mirror channel, and it was really just made to fuck with Jorrun because I was going to clobbering time videos and leaving apologies as Jorrun Comedy, apologizing for never being funny. And Clobber actually messaged me, and he's like, "Dude, look what Jordan's doing." And I said, "No, that's me." And he said, "Oh, well, yeah, I could tell because I clicked on it and there are no videos." So I started uploading videos to it, but only enough to fill out like a little bit of the preview. And it was just so that it was just a mind fuck for Jordan. Like someone was pretending to be him now. Why must I be a public figure? Why?
Well, I mean, that's there's nothing illegal about that. I mean, look up Tiffany Lockhart. There's multiple channels called Tiffany Lockhart. That's not actually your channel name. It's it's a IP address. If you look at your actual channel URL, that's your channel name. Because you could change your name to something else. You know what I mean? So
you need to know how to block that shit.
And yeah, then the picture, and the picture too. They're not going to do anything. I mean, because people have fan accounts and use Chris Hansen's picture.
Yeah. But like, for instance, I was having a magnificent conversation with this black chick from Cali who's.
I don't know where this fits into the conversation that we are having about this man being afraid of this troll, why he needs to throw out not only that he's talking with some chick, but it's a black chick. And it's because he wanted me to know he's down with the brothers. He's down with the brothers. He's talking to a black chick. And he desperately needed me to know that just as much as I needed to know that my dick is impressive and that his is not as impressive as mine and that he's into BDSM, but not rules, just the BDSM.
Seemed amazing. And now I'm like, okay, 5 minutes from now, is she going to go, ta-da!
Here's my black dick.
It's my black dick. It's bigger than yours. And you're this terrible person, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to tell everyone, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. I don't want to be like having one eye open and not feel like I can, like, I don't feel like I can go to a stream now. I'm worried about streaming on my own fucking channel, although the girls did come through for me very nicely.
Well, I mean,
the moderate.
Like I said, I really
fun out of this shit.
I really think you kind of have a choice. You know, are you just either wait,
mm-hmm.
And then wait for it to happen, and then respond, or face just yeah. And it's I don't know how that would look or how that would work. I really don't. I just know that in most cases, when you're dealing with PR, because I did manage PR, along with marketing, and with PR, the preemptive strike is they always want to strike first, so that they get the first word in. Because after you get the first word in, then it's everyone else's it's everyone else's job to. Now they have a narrative that they have to go off of and prove that's wrong.
Yeah.
But once they say something or put something out, then you're trying to defend yourself.
Offense versus defense, Jordan. Like it shouldn't take me that long to explain this to you. We're at 37 minutes and he still doesn't get it.
I don't know, Wes. I can't see myself. This might be the wrong thought. I can't see myself doing a very serious video where I go, these were the allegations. This is what happened. Da 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 da. Not that I.
If you're saying you can't do it serious, then do it funny, or don't do it at all. It's really up to you.
I have a feeling I'm either going to not do anything or I'm going to withdraw from YouTube, and I really hate the idea of retreating from YouTube because I've loved it so much. Although I'm very, very glad I did not link my singing channel, which brings me so much happiness. I don't want shit following me there.
Stefan Sings, the channel that he had for 10 years. 10 years, and it took him 9 years to get to his 100th subscriber. He didn't want to link the channel because he was afraid that TCAP people would just show up in droves like it was the I loved her first video and leave comments that were like, oh, do you want to see it? and so he didn't want people to know about that channel. And he didn't think that the channel would be found, but within a week of him taking Jorrun Comedy down, he would be forced to take down Stefan Sings because, well, he took Jorrun Comedy down, so people had nowhere to leave their comments about his little dick. So they went to his music channel, and someone put up a channel called Stefan Sings Apology, and it was videos. And as soon as Jorrun would start to sing, the song would be replaced with the audio from his apology. It was who would do such a thing? I want their names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, kid. I am just. Thank you for talking to me.
Oh, no worries, man.
I mean, you were dark. That's a real problem. I know. In comparison.
No, I don't know.
I
was doxxed, but it was my face and my name. I think my dick in my face would be worse.
If my dick looked like that, it would be much worse.
Oh, great.
I'm being honest though. Like I would much rather have my name and face doxxed than my dick and face, because that means I sent that person my dick. And even though it happens, it's just, and then if you're saying was it like bad lighting? Was that the issue, or
what do you mean?
You said it was an unflattering picture.
Oh yeah.
So just shitty lighting.
Maybe no one get it real big. No, it was small.
Oh well, I mean, you sent several, so I'm sure the other ones were fine.
Yeah, I just sent a couple.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever. Everyone has
he never told me he sent a couple of pictures. That was me fucking up and him not catching it. Jenny from the block, there is a video pinned at the top of the chat. It's the video I did on Chris Hansen's channel about Jorrun and another predator on YouTube. But it gives a pretty good. So I'm give you guys. There will be a contest this July. I'm looking for the best 10 to 12 minute or under retelling of the Jorrun saga, because anytime there's Jorrun content, people come in, they want to know what's going on, and to send them to this video where like part of it's about Jorrun, or send them to Alpha Male Dairy, like those are great resources, but there needs to be just like one video that tells the story up to a certain point, and then you can go out. So there will be a cash contest for that video. So I know there's some really good content creators here and you guys could you guys could do this. You guys should also know that during this time, during early July, as soon as Jorrun and I had an idea for a contest, because Jorrun and I were obviously, he was my wingman, we were buddies, we were best pals. And I said we should have because he was telling me how much of a Mac he was. This guy was really good with the ladies. And I said, oh, we should have a contest. And we should have a contest over 4th of July weekend. And whoever gets the most women wins. And he was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, because what two grown adult men don't have contests to see who can get the most breeds? And it just so happens that 2 hours later, imagine the fucking luck, someone slides into this guy's DMs. And what he said to me was, your boy got his first nude. Not his first nude today, not his first nude on Twitter. Your boy got his first nude.
Everyone, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really know.
I appreciate what you were trying to do.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say there, dude. But if there's one takeaway, don't send face pics.
Wow.
Don't do that. Yeah, your face is on your videos, and that is fine, but you can't send a face pic with a dick pic. You just can't do that.
Yeah. Even if there's a lot of text in between.
Now.
What kind of question is that? You've watched TCAP, right? Even if there's a lot of text in between? What does that mean? Jorrun, they don't have to share the entire chat log. They can just share the pictures of your weird, sad dick and this ridiculous O face. Most people haven't read the chat log. What does the amount of text in between them mean?
If you had gotten on like a Facebook call or Skype or something like that, and had a conversation and saw that this person was real and everything like that, and then she's sending you pictures and then it's a different story. But you can't do that. You can't do that first. And then if they're pushing for one specific thing like that, I mean, that's like what they do to what they do to Lorne.
Wow. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I just say get some sleep, and hopefully tomorrow it blows over.
Yes, I'm sending this man to bed.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, dude.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, let me know if anything else comes up. I'll let you know if I see any bullshit come my way too.
All right, man. Appreciate it, brother.
No worries.
Sleep well. Bye.
Sleep well. So that was the prequel call, and I think the prequel call is pretty boring personally, because it's like I don't think it should have been 40 minutes for him to tell me everything that happened, and he also should have been telling me what was going on throughout. Like I was his wingman up until the point where Mac and Cheese stopped responding after he sent the dick pic, and then he told me that things didn't work out with Mac and Cheese. And I said, what happened? He said he didn't want to talk about it. Then the next thing I knew, he was telling me that he got catfished, because he wanted to share everything with me up to a certain point, and then it's pulling teeth to get this guy to tell me what's going on. But let's look at Queen of Spades twerk.
I heard she mad rich. I heard she dead broke. I heard she sniffing coke. Shut up, bitch.
Hey yo, Kim can spit.
Man, she don't write her shit.
Nah, Biggie wrote her shit.
Shut up, bitch.
I heard she going to jail.
I heard she out on bail. She done fucked up now.
What'd you guys say again? Did you guys say again?
I heard she mad rich. I heard she dead broke. I heard she sniffing coke. Shut up, bitch.
Hey yo, Kim can spit.
Man, she don't write her shit.
Nah, Biggie wrote her shit.
Shut up, bitch.
I heard she going to jail.
I heard she out on bail. She done fucked up now.
I heard she mad.
All right, no, that's enough, guys. Stop. Crime Watch Baby, I will not play that again. I don't care how much you guys like that. Cut the sexual bullshit. So let's just move right along to Apology Call 1. And this was when things really started to heat up, because on that July 3rd call, the child picture hadn't been found yet. It wasn't until after that call. So it was still just laughs. It was still just this was never going to get shared. And the children stuff was found later that night. And that's when because the video had been taken down, and we were just kind of done. And when the child stuff was found, that's when it kind of kicked up to another level. And I was done. I messaged Jorrun and told him to fuck off. Like I'm not dealing with you anymore, because the guy was really exhausting, and he wanted to talk, so we talked.
On July 5, 2020, a Google Drive folder was released by whistleblower Mac and Cheese, dedicated to exposing the actions of YouTuber Joran Comedy. After initially denying the claims made by Mac and Cheese just 2 days earlier, the evidence was too loud to ignore, and Joran went into damage control mode. The following phone call was recorded on July 5, 2020, when YouTuber Westmost contacted Joran Comedy on Skype, after examining the Google Drive. Westmost said he would no longer support or work with Joran Comedy, and for Joran to never contact him again. Joran asked if he could call Westmost and explain his side. This is the first of 5 phone calls from July 6th and July 7th, dealing with the Google Drive, the harassment of female TCAP members, and an apology that made waves in the community.
Huh?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I'm just trying to understand the need for the call. I thought I made myself pretty clear with everything.
Well, I suck at typing, so I decided I would rather call you so I can let you know where my head's at and how things have progressed.
Well, I just want to start off by saying,
Go ahead.
when you and I talked on Friday, you made it sound like this was all bullshit and it was nothing, and you know, I'm supporting you and I've supported you from the beginning here. And then when I see this stuff come out, this isn't a troll. You know, Vince called me a troll when I was exposing him for his bullshit. He called me a troll, told everyone beforehand, hey, you're going to hear from this troll, don't believe anything he says. And that's what you did. But you had to have known that.
Kelp, he'll know I spelled it that way because there was a certain member of the community who was very anti Jorrun content, was kind of on a rampage about it, and it was kind of a dig at that, because then I was called out about it. I was called out about it on the day it was released by this person who's very upset that I recorded these calls, and then a week later I got a aha, I knew it was you all along type deal.
Some of that, what was being talked about, was accurate. That wasn't bullshit.
I didn't watch the video at all.
Then you need to, because, you know, that's the same shit that Vince would say. I haven't watched the video. Someone put their time and effort into making a video to show some shit that you've done, and then when they're showing receipts, that's a little fucking girl that you're liking these comments with the genie fetish. That's not okay.
I agree. You're absolutely right.
So then when someone's bringing it up and saying this guy has a problem, I saw the comment on Molly's video. That's someone's fucking daughter. And you're talking about her tits. That's not what the video was about. You're a grown man.
You're absolutely right.
What is this community built on, Jorrun?
Trust and a safe place, and
making fun of pedophiles and predators.
Trust and a safe place. It's like Lauren with his Hallmark movie bullshit. Like, what did he? I was yelling at him. Did he expect me to say this is a community that's about trust? I tell Clobber to fuck off constantly. People are mean to each other, but it's all in fun. We're just here to make fun of people. People aren't here looking to find bang maids, unless you're Large Father Tron, because that dude's pretty lonely and pretty sexually harassing in my inbox.
What is your behavior very much like, Jorrun?
I went way overboard.
Waven said, what was the point when you realized that Jorrun was doing this kind of shit? Waven, so we knew that he was problematic for like a month. But if he was just problematic, what happened would have happened, and we would have either he would have left the community or he just would have kind of been made fun of, but it wouldn't have been anything like this. But we didn't find out the extent of it until the 4th of July, like just hours after that last call. But before that, I mean, like he was always going, but we didn't connect the genie stuff either until the first night of the chat log with Mac and Cheese. Did we connect the genie shit to the content that he made with Tiffany Lockhart, where he has these people playing a genie, something that he sexualizes, and she sure as fuck didn't know about that, and he wasn't going to volunteer that. And so when he starts bringing up genies to Mac and Cheese, it was Mac and Cheese who later, it was like 2 hours later, because none of us watched his content, and Tiffany Lockhart specifically asked me not to watch that video when it came out because she was really embarrassed by it. She said, don't watch the video, please don't watch the video. So I respected her for once and actually did what she asked me to do, and I didn't watch it. So Mac and Cheese put it together later that night, and that's when things really started clicking of how fucked he wasn't just like a lolcat, like a weird dude with an egg-shaped head. He was worse.
But with the Molly videos.
Not just with that, why did it take you until now? And this is what I was saying the other night. Are you going to get ahead of this? And you're like, it's nothing. This is all made up. This is all bullshit. But now 2 days later, now when the receipts come out, you want to go and do the after apology. This is what I was saying, the shit that never fucking works. This isn't new information. This is stuff that you knew was out there. You just hoped wouldn't be found, or maybe you had forgotten about. But some of this shit's really recent. You used Tiffany for your own pleasure, and that's not okay. And no matter what excuse you come up with, you know that's not okay.
Okay, let me see where I want to start here. If you just bear with me. So in the last couple of days, I had a great conversation with many syllables.
Do you think he had written out like points? Because he said, "Let me see where I want to start here. If you'll just bear with me." And I could just see him like pushing up his reading glasses and getting out his yellow legal pad of points that he had written up before asking to call me.
Where she started doing kind of a devil's advocate, and I really got to see she's been awesome. She was nice, but at the same time, really helping me see things about my behavior that I wasn't saying. And I'm like, I definitely have to address this stuff. The Tiffany video is down. The one I did after with her in club, the behind the scenes is down. I don't have Tiffany's number. I sent her a long apology on Skype. It's the main way I keep in touch with her. I took down all the comments about Molly, which you are 100% right. I was way, way fucking over the line, and I'm out of my goddamn mind. I honestly, and this is the best way I can put it, I honestly thought with the troll, this was just the same person who, I'm not excusing me, and I'm just giving you my mind, just so you know where I'm coming from. When this happened on Twitter, I thought, okay, it's the same person who's been on my streams, trying to get in my head, trying to make me look bad. It probably is Vince, da-da-da. With this Twitter thing, I thought, you know what? In my recent videos,
I don't even know what he's going on. Like, I'm listening now and I'm toned out. Like, what does any of this have to do with him liking the pictures of little girls dressed like genies while he's jacking off? What does any of this have to do with the comments that he was saying to people or tricking Tiffany Lockhart into making? What does any of this have to do with any of that?
Talking about the difference between alpha and beta males, I may have awakened some basement dweller. Again, it's just my thought process. Who's jealous, wants to take me down a peg. I've seen people
Jordan,
go after
I want to stop
than
you right there. I want to stop you right there before we go down the Lauren Armstrong rabbit hole up, because this is what this is sounding like to me. Do you believe that any of your behavior is that of an alpha male? Any of the behaviors?
And this is where Mac and Cheese got mad, because he answered yes. Do you believe that any of your behavior was that of an alpha male? He answered yes, and I trampled all over his sentence like it was petunias to get pissed on, and that's my fault. So like when I listen to these, I hear areas where I fucked up, and that's something that I wish I would have let him get out, because I would love to know the areas where he felt that he was behaving like an alpha. Because if listen to him in this call, this is not an alpha. This is not a man that's going to tell you, you're not going to fucking talk to me like that. This is Lauren. This is exactly like having a talk with Lauren.
That you've shown when you're debasing these women, you're using them for your own pleasure. You're going around, and it's not innocent flirting. You're treating these women like objects in a community built around sexual predators. That's not an alpha male. That's Lauren Armstrong with internet access. That's how you're behaving.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty proud of that line. Like, I mean, I was pretty happy with that one.
And I don't know what it's going to take for you to realize that, but you need to take a step back from all of this shit and really look at who you are from an outside perspective, because you're talking all this shit about Lauren, all your stuff's about Lauren. Dude, you are Lauren as far as everyone's concerned. That's not how you treat people.
Yeah.
You're not coming off like that alpha male pimp. You're coming off like someone with very little experience who is using people, who got in with these people who are kind of well known within the TCAP community, involved them in sketches so that you can fap to it later. That's fucked up. And then when you're...
He didn't argue with me there. He didn't say, well, no, hold on. Yeah, I made the video, but it had nothing to do with that. He did not argue with me there.
When it was brought up to you on Friday, now whether you want to say you thought the troll and the catfish are the same person, or that doesn't matter. It was made very clear that last message that they sent you, That was made very, very clear to you what you were doing and what you had been doing. And when I asked you about it, you were like, I can't apologize for something I didn't do. You're not just now finding out about this. So you're telling me you didn't have the self-reflection to look at what that person said, look back at the 2 days prior to what you had done and how you had treated this person. You were very demanding of this person from the very beginning and treated her or him like an object. So when people see that and you're warning, oh, it's a catfish, it's a troll, and then they see the other things that you've done, it all makes a really clear picture. What that person did was make me the perfect layout to make a receipt video if I need to. And I don't want to have to do that. But that's predatory. What you did was predatory.
I didn't even notice all the sighs and grunts until I think Clobber played it, or maybe it was Pence. I didn't even notice them all. But like, because if I would have told him to stop doing that. That shit's annoying.
I'm trying to arrange my thoughts here.
And taking the videos down 2 days later after the fact, when it was made clear, Jorrun, what you had done, that's not good enough.
Trying to get my thoughts here.
What I want to hear, Jorrun, I want to hear the thoughts that are actually going to make sense, not the excuses, not the other things. I actually want to know what you think and what you're going to do, because you'll be run out of this community, and you know how this community works. You'll be run out of every community you try and join until you do something about this.
Yeah. Trying to decide what I want to say first, because you mentioned quite a few points. If you'll bear with me, I would rather just tell you what was going on through my head, whether or not it's stupid. Just so
Jorrun, if this is going to be a fucking story about deviled eggs or hot dogs, I'm going to lose my shit. I don't want to hear any explanations about anything. You know what you put out there, and you know what you did. What explanation are you going to give me that's going to make me go, makes total sense that you're on a 9-year-old girl's page in a genie costume liking it, after also fantasizing about drawings of genies and all kinds of other genies and just genie. What explanation can you give me, Lauren? What explanation can you give me that's going to make any fucking sense?
So I called him Lorne, and that was not on purpose. But I mean, come on, right?
The time for explanations is over. Now you need to figure out what you're going to do.
Okay. Well, so far, I've apologized to Tiffany. I have taken down the video. I've taken down the stuff on Molly's. I was thinking very, very seriously about doing an apology video. I had already decided.
So you're thinking about it, or you decided? Because those are two different things. You're thinking about doing it, or you decided to do it?
I've made a decision. It's just a matter of exactly what I want the content to be and exactly what the delivery is. It's already in the works.
Well, I mean, when I talked to you about it on Friday, you were talking about making it a joke because you thought it was a joke. But now more stuff is coming out, and it's not a joke now. Now it's something serious. And the people who had your back yesterday, who were going through this whole thing to figure out who this person was who's trolling you, those people aren't going to have your back. Everyone hates being fooled. And when you have these people fighting on your behalf yesterday, trying to figure out who was trolling you, getting videos taken down, they're going to be pissed. And it wouldn't take any of that stuff other than the little fucking girl in the genie costume. Do you just go and search Aladdin and Magic Lamp and you're just jacking off to everything that comes up?
No.
Don't lie to me. That's exactly what he does.
No.
You know it looks like that, though, right?
I understand. I absolutely understand. If I talk to you more in depth about the sketch with Tiffany, would that help, or would you rather not even just hear about that?
Yeah. Let me hear about the sketch with Tiffany.
Okay. So the situation with that is, when I started talking to Tiffany, I told her I have 3 sketches. You can pick which one you want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
She said that one.
Okay.
With that sketch, I mean, I hope this doesn't make me sound like an asshole, but it's too late for that. And I say that honestly. It's no sarcasm. I was not, and if you don't believe me, you are very right not to believe me. That was not arousing to me only because my feelings for Tiffany since the beginning have been sisterly.
All right, Jordan, so let's find the problems with that. So you fetishize genies to the point where you're jacking off while looking at kids dressed as genies, yet when you had someone play the role of a genie, something that is very sexual to you in a video, you chose someone who to you is like a sister. Just run it all through your egg-shaped head.
Jordan,
That's how it is.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna tell me that this person who you didn't know, you still don't know, who you've talked to a minimal amount, who has a very sexy voice, that you didn't at all sexualize her? Tell me that again. I want to hear it again. Tell me the whole thing from the beginning.
Lala Salamanca in the home of James McGill, asking to hear the story again. Bagman.
Tell me the whole thing from the beginning again.
Should I just switch topics?
No, I want to hear the story again. I'd like to hear it again. Everything about the sketch. I'd like to hear it again.
Okay. So I had contacted Tiffany. We started talking on the phone. I said, I have an idea for 3 sketches. And which one would you like to? You have carte blanche, you choose. She's like, okay, I think the genie one is the most interesting.
Which one did you offer first?
None of them had been written, but I said,
which one did you offer first?
Ideas. I listed them off.
Which one? Jordan, I'm asking a very simple question. When I'm saying which one did you offer first, I'm asking if there was a list, right? Which one was first on the list, Jordan?
I said, well, the first one I was started writing already.
Good night, Weird Versions. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, I love that that Bitch Boy Rod song on Cornville Three-Way. That's great. I love that.
It was the one with the genie.
Okay. So now let's flip this around. Now stop. Because, and the reason why I wanted you to tell me again, because I wanted to see if you catch yourself where you're trying to put it on Tiffany. Well, I gave her 3 options, and that's the one she chose. But I noticed when we talked on Friday, because you keep information out, you offered her 3. The very first one you offered her was the genie one that you had started writing.
Yeah.
Jordan, if I was offering you 3 sketches, and you didn't know me, so you didn't care.
Yeah.
And the first one, you would say, I'll just take the first one. So let's not pretend that this is Tiffany's fault or that she's somehow complicit in this. She's completely unwilling.
No, she isn't. Absolutely not.
So why would it be included in the excuse, Jordan? You want to share the blame with Tiffany. Well, she chose that one. I gave her 3 options.
No.
Jordan, there would be no other.
There was 0 reason for him to bring up Tiffany Lockhart other than to try and say, I wouldn't have done that sketch if she didn't choose that sketch.
Other reason to bring that up other than to share blame with Tiffany. She's blameless in this. All she tried to do was help out a new person who no one knew.
Yeah.
Out with their content, and that's what you did to her. And whether you say that's not the case or not, no one is going to believe you.
Yeah.
I mean, your sketch is so close to the sex talk you had with the catfish that it might as well be the same thing.
Hey guys, what if I told you that the most sexual that Jorrun ever got hasn't even been seen yet by public eyes, but there may or may not be something coming soon where you will see Jorrun at his most sexy. Maybe in July. Maybe.
What's the explanation for the little girl?
I do search various genie things on Instagram, and I hit the like button on everything. I have never and I don't expect you to believe me at this point. I've never pleasured myself to anyone who wasn't an adult.
He admitted to me the very next day that he jacked off looking at high school girls, and possibly below, because who can fucking tell? The very next day.
Ever.
Never, ever, ever. Hey, Jordan, you watch TCAP, obviously. Do you not understand how much this sounds like a conversation that you'd be having with Chris Hansen? I'm being serious. I never would have done this. Yeah, I just liked Lauren said that he talked to every girl in the chat room. Every girl he went and said hi to. I fail to see what explanation you can give for anything. I mean, like I said, what needs to be done is a public apology where you need to own it.
Yeah.
Because it looks like this person has a lot more shit on you than you're prepared to deal with. They're deep diving. And if you leave anything out, then they're just going to keep coming up with shit. And the fact that you and I talked not 2 nights ago and you made it sound like it was nothing. There was nothing going on. You knew. You knew what you had done to Tiffany, and you still kept that video up. You didn't think it would be connected.
2 nights early on the 4th, I was out doing fireworks shit, and Mac and Cheese sent out an email. That was when Mac and Cheese put it all together and sent out a message. Started posting messages that Jorrun had Tiffany Lockhart act out a very sexual genie thing while also being into genies, and put out. That's when the video went out, and what Jorrun had the video suppressed, and then I messaged him about the. I said, hey, someone just emailed me something about you and sexualizing genies and Tiffany Lockhart. He said, oh, now they're bringing up an old video that I did. This is old news. I'm going to bed. If you want to talk to me, call me, but I'm not doing this. So he blew it off. Like, who gives a fuck? He didn't care, and he kept the video up. It didn't make him stop and go, oh, shit. They've uncovered the fact that I've been liking genies for all this time, and that I did trick Tiffany into doing this. He didn't give a shit.
You didn't think it would be connected back?
Oh, I'm stupid.
And it really irritates me that when I talk to you about trying to get ahead of this, trying to get something out, because I was on your side. I had your back. You're like, well, should I make it a joke? Is this a fucking joke, Jordan? Do you think that little girl's parents, if they saw all the genie shit that you're liking and then they saw that you're liking, do you think they would think it was a joke?
No, absolutely.
What about your job? Would they think it was a joke?
No.
Because you know that's how shit goes now. People don't just stop at making you leave YouTube. They find out where you work, they find out where you live, and they make it known.
What? What was that? They find out where you work, and then they make it known. Who would do that? That's what I want to know. We're at 1743. I just want to remember that, because I got to do something real quick. I got to do something for you guys, because this is important. Someone, and I don't know who, sent a genie to Jordan's work, and it was actually Stephanie, a woman that he had spurned.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it was good.
I'm Mistress Stephanie has sent me here today to bring you a message because she thinks she might have something to take you to that you and I might be able to fulfill. She asked me to serenade you with her lovely little songs.
This is great.
Oh, Stephanie's a jolly good love. Oh, Stephanie's a jolly good love. Oh, Stephanie's a jolly good love. What Stephanie will not give up.
Nice meeting you.
She also has a message for you. He's off the gentleman.
Can I tell this person to leave? This is very strange.
What Can I tell this person to leave? This is very strange. Is it strange that a genie showed up to your work and you couldn't stop staring at her shoes while getting a really small rage boner? Is that strange, or is it strange that the genie showed up and there's a camera person right next to her? I don't know.
Message for you. According to this person.
According to yes, sent by Stephanie for you. Stephanie, I knew when we met on OkCupid, I could be your genie girl, so stop being stupid. You will be my king, my master, my champ, and I'll let you read the last part yourself.
Okay.
So Stephanie has sent me here for you today, so I will leave with you with.
I knew when we met on OkCupid, I could be your genie girl, so stop being stupid. You will be my king, my master and champ, so rub on my shoulders, and stop rubbing your lamp. Fuck you, Clobber.
Oh my God.
And yes, someone did that. Someone did that. Disgusting. Despicable. Let's get back to this call.
Parents, if they saw all the genie shit that you're liking and then they saw that you're liking, do you think they would think it was a joke?
No, absolutely
What about
not.
your job? Would they think it was a joke?
No.
Because you know that's how shit goes now. People don't just stop at making you leave YouTube. They find out where you work, they find out where you live, and they make it known. It's predatory. And people try to warn people about predators.
Yeah.
That's what my entire channel has become, against my wishes. And then I'm promoting you, and I'm telling people to sub to your channel, and you're preying on women. It's great to have women hit on you and flirt with you on Twitter and like all that other stuff. That's great, dude. But when you're out here doing it to people, you put a fucking timestamp in a video to look at a girl's tits. My 13-year-old wouldn't do that.
Fucking creep and all. I'm a fucking creep.
Did you apologize to her?
Not yet.
No, because you're going to apologize just to the ones that are very clear, the big ones, and then you can leave all the little ones out. But you have a lot of apologizing to do. It's all here. This isn't some minor thing. This is really bad.
Sounds like.
So what's your plan? Not what you thought about doing and now you're doing. I want to know, like, what's your honest, clear plan?
Apology video. And I would like very much your opinion, specific things I should mention and cop to.
Wow. So you want me to co-write your apology video or somehow co-edit?
No.
This really did make me mad at the time. At the time, it made me really upset that he was asking me. And then as the call went on, I was like, I don't know, it might be kind of funny.
Oh, Jorrun, what do you think you need to apologize for? Jorrun, what do you think? Because you know more than I do. You know shit you've done that maybe hasn't been uncovered yet. What do you need to apologize for? Who do you need to apologize to?
Wes, please. This is humiliating. I want very much to.
Hold on. How humiliating do you think it is for these women? How humiliating do you think it's going to be for Tiffany Lockhart when she once again listens to that video, that genie video? Because I'm sure it's already been downloaded and re-uploaded somewhere else, because that's what they do, Jorrun. You didn't take it down Friday night. You waited 2 days. So what do you think she's going to think when she hears that again, and then she goes back and reads your conversation with the catfish? You think you're going to have Tiffany Lockhart's respect?
No.
And then what about all the women who follow Tiffany Lockhart and who don't believe that predators should be able to be within this community? Because that's what they're going to say. So it's not about what I think you should include in an apology video. What do you feel you need to apologize for? Because it can't be my truth. It needs to be you. You need to come out and tell them, this is what I did. This is what I've been doing, and this is my plan to never be that person again.
Yeah.
And remember that the community has heard a lot of that shit from Lauren Armstrong, too. So if it's something that you're going to talk about and you're not going to, but you might as well just go.
Yeah.
Once again, actual advice. And he did exactly what I said he would, promised that he was going to go get help. and he did not get help. As a matter of fact, 3 weeks after this, after what many people would consider the most embarrassing moment of their lives, Jorrun was back on YouTube with a new channel, hidden, and we didn't find him for 6 or 7 months. It wasn't until we actually had someone live, someone at his open mic night filming, that he actually, someone asked him about his YouTube. We just happened to have someone there on a night he was talking about his YouTube channel, and the person that was there recording this event sent me a message and said, "This is Jorrun's new YouTube channel." And I can't even explain the feeling of. I spent the next 3 hours carefully going through each video, and I saved "Are You Still Down" for last because it looked like it had the best production value, and I just knew it wasn't going to disappoint. And guys, when I played it, I wasn't disappointed, not even a little bit.
I just want to be thorough, and I just wanted to get your opinion on what would make you feel better about me, and at the same time,
It's not about me.
I just feel you have a better clarity. I just feel you have
It's not about me.
more clarity.
You know what, dude? I've never had to write an apology video for being a predator, personally.
Well, this is a new one for me also.
But it's not the first time you've been a predator, Jorrun. This isn't new for you. I'm seeing things from where there's a girl on a flying genie costume that she made, and you're like, oh, you're in Boston, we should meet. Hey, these people are just trying to show off their art, and you're trying to get pussy.
Yeah, I was, absolutely.
That's not a sensitive artist. That's not a guy who values women. That's not an alpha male. That's a basement dweller sitting around trying to get some pussy any way he can by making weird, leery fucking comments about a girl's tits. It upsets me because I promoted you.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because I told people to work with you. But I'm sure
that I let you down.
It's not me that you let down. It's the other people. It's those women that you let down. The women that you've been devaluing. That's who you let down. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
You let them down. And now it affects other creators because now when they want to work with someone, everyone's going to be a little more leery because of Jorrun, who came into the community, had a lot of people back him up and work with him, and then fuck them all over so that he could jack off to Tiffany Lockhart's voice. I mean, even when I brought up the kelp pill video, with all...
Once again, he did not argue with me about jacking off to Tiffany's voice. Not a bit.
The thumbs down, you're like, well, yeah, I don't see any complaints, though. Are you fucking kidding me? Were the thumbs down not clear enough for you? People didn't like that. That's not what this community is supposed to be about.
Yeah. I'm just coming to grips with my own stupidity.
I don't know why it took you this long. That's the issue.
It did.
Seriously, you've been stupid for 48 years. How are you not aware of that? How do you think any of that shit was flirting?
You're a grown man.
Naive.
You're a grown man.
You're absolutely right.
And I also find it hard to believe this is the first time that this has been an issue, Jorrun. And I think you know what I mean.
Excuse me?
I said, I think you know what I mean.
I mean, you can tell I've been watching a lot of interrogation videos. I'm asking these leading questions and pretending I know more than I know.
I don't think this is the first time this has been an issue.
I've been sexualizing women way too long. Over-sexualizing them.
Have you been in trouble for it before?
I've been. I'm sorry, you broke up.
Have you been in trouble for it before? Because it's going to come out.
No.
Never. Never once. Never one friendship lost. Never one issue at work. Never anything. Everyone's just been receptive to it up until now.
Oh, no. Women have said they're not interested, and I stop.
I just don't know what would make you start without knowing they were interested in the first place.
stupid man.
He does that so many times, and he just wants me to say, no, Jordan, you're not stupid. You just got a thing for genies, bro, and your little dick gets hard for genies in gold shoes. It's not your. Don't blame yourself. Like he wanted me to. He talks a lot about his dad not being there and being an apt. Like, was I his father in this situation? And I'm gonna Ward Cleaver his ass and tell him that everyone has a bad day and the whole thing is to buck up and do it over again tomorrow. Fuck that. You go call your mama, wake her up. I don't know what he was expecting from me. He'd seen my videos. I'm not a nice person.
I haven't used any kind of self-control.
You treated YouTube like it was a pussy palace. Like you're gonna start this channel, and then you were just gonna start banging different.
Don DeLita, you are right. Speech and debate did come in clutch. I did win second place in the nation my junior year, original prose and poetry. So came in strong.
I don't know why you would think that. And in all communities to do it, why this one? Where there are a lot of women who are damaged. And you were even like, yeah, I read that somewhere before when I was telling you about, when you were talking about the comment that was written. And I've heard something about this before. You know why you heard about it before? Probably because someone was telling it to you. That there are a lot of women in this community, not just women, people who have been.
Kennedy would later try and claim it was her who said this to him. Also, that's also a lie.
Victimized by someone in their lifetime. Why do you think people were so big about helping out Betty? Because they knew Betty? No, because Betty symbolized for someone, for everyone that knows who Betty is, she symbolized someone who got ripped off, who got fucked over. So being able to help her out felt really, really good. It's the same thing, Jorn. There are a lot of people in this community who they like making fun of Lorne because it helps them feel better about their own victimization.
Yeah.
And then you're coming in here and helping. What else do you have?
I should have just stuck to making videos with better intentions, just to make people laugh, just to make fun of Lauren. I shouldn't have been.
What were the intentions you were making them with then? If the intention of your comedy videos weren't to make people laugh, was his intention with this comedy to make people laugh and to make them vajayjays wet? Is that what he thought he was doing? Because that brings up a whole other thing. If he really thought he was making sexual videos and those were the videos he was making, I submit, Your Honor, that this man is clearly a virgin, and I will prove it by the end of these deliberations.
The word flirting is not even strong enough to describe what I was doing.
It was borderline sexual assault. I mean,
God. You probably won't believe me. I can't believe you don't, but I have no desire to hurt anyone. I've never had a desire to hurt anyone.
The desire to hurt. So,
that's what it is.
Okay, hold on. You get in your car. You drink 7 beers and get in your car.
Yeah.
Run a stoplight and kill a family of 4. Did you have a desire to hurt that family?
No.
But you did it, right?
Then yet I would have. Yeah, absolutely.
But you did it. And so maybe you had no desire to hurt Molly and Kelp Hill or Tiffany Lockhart or any of the other people, but you did.
Yeah.
Ignorance of what you did is not an excuse.
I agree.
You're a grown man.
Yeah.
Behave like it.
There. I mean, I think if I said that to any man, they would rightfully tell me to fuck off. How you gonna tell me I'm not acting like a grown man? And there's none of that. Like, I don't know this person. I don't like he doesn't fear me physically. He doesn't have to worry about me showing up at his house. There's no reason for him to let me talk to him in this manner. I'm nobody. I'm not a like a gatekeeper to a community. Like, I hold no power over him. The fact that he just let me keep doing this is why I just kept doing this. And none of it was like, I hear myself saying this shit now. And first of all, I'm always like usually pretty high. So I lose my train of thought a lot. Like, when I'm on with Clobber, I will always lose what I'm saying halfway through saying it. But like, I don't remember saying a lot of this shit. But I was angry. Like, the more I went through it, the more angry I would get. Then we would get off the call. I'd go back and like talk over with everyone and we'd be laughing and shit. I would get on the next call. I wouldn't be so mad. And then he would get me. And he's like Robert Reese with this bullshit. It's just, oh, poor me.
If you want me to look over your apology video script when you write it, I'll look it over.
That would mean so much to me. That's more than I deserve.
That's the best I can offer you right now.
Dude, that's being incredible. That's really doing me a solid.
But I think no matter what, there should be some sort of a apology made individually to some of these women that you know deserve an apology right now.
I am going to start contacting people.
Starting
with Molly.
And I highly recommend that apology video doesn't drag on. It shouldn't take too long to make because there's stuff being added to this drive, and none of it's good. And you need to get out ahead of this. Like I told you on Friday.
Jorrun was not married. Ever. I wanted him to. I didn't want to drag this out. I was really tired. The night that his apology video actually came out, I slept. I fell asleep after the last call that I got off with him, where I basically tell him, okay, and we'll talk again maybe one day. I fell asleep and missed the premiere of the actual fucking apology call that I spent so much time working on, and woke up like 4 hours later, and Wine Lover was back out of nowhere, and Baked Salmon was streaming about it, and it was a whole thing.
Get ahead of this.
Yeah. It's going to be released tomorrow. I can probably get the script to you. No, I can't get the script to you tonight. I'm sorry to put you through this, dude, and I'm sorry.
It's not about putting me through anything. It's not about putting me through. That's what you need to understand. It's not about putting me through anything. I'm really good at writing people off. I don't honestly trust people in the beginning. It takes a lot for them to earn that. So it's nothing to me. It's what you did to the other people that I know and care about. And that's fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get to the script right away.
Yeah.
I didn't dismiss him yet. I didn't say I should have caught that.
Get it to me as soon as you can.
All right, man, I will.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
And that's an alpha male in his natural habitat, as you can see. Guys, I had a poll, wanted to see what you guys wanted to hear next. Hold on, just sorry, sip of water. I wanted to play a video. I'm gonna end up doing a apology call too before I end this stream. So, but before we get to that, I wanted to play some Jorrun content in the middle here, and you guys want to see his ironic Lorne I'm sorry apology video that I remind you was released 3 months before the events of the calls you're hearing tonight, and this is Jorrun apologizing to Lorne. So enjoy 10 minutes. That's going to feel like 30 minutes that you will never get back of your life.
How's it going? It's almost midnight here. I've been thinking a lot and I've come to a conclusion. To let you all know how serious I'm about this, I'm not going to use I am going to use my real name. I'm not Jorrun for this video. I'm John Curry. Yankee.
John Curry mode. The whole joke is John Curry mode, and he recorded this, and he watched it back, and he went,
Sure warning, that's my name. But I've been thinking so much, and I have to leave the church. I'm abandoning my channel. By the end of this week, all my videos are going to be off. I'm going to leave this up for like 3 days just so all my friends, I don't want them to be like, what happened to him? So I want them to be able to see this video. I mean, if anyone wants to save my videos for posterity, I'd be flattered, but I disavow everything I've said.
Again, this video is an April Fool's joke. And someone asked what's wrong with his head. He was dropped on his head by his mom. It's actually part of his comedy bit. I will close this out after the part 2 with the roast of Lauren Armstrong, which was his brand. He really wanted people to see that video because I guess it was who he was as a comedian. And now I understand why when he talks to his catfish, he says that comedy was done for him, because comedy was done with him.
I've thought a lot about what Lauren has had to say, and I realized that he really does have some very, very legitimate reasons why he did what he did. This is tough, man. This was a big part of me. This is what I was doing. I was putting so much effort into making songs, videos, original content, and I had fun. I had a lot of fun. But the time has come. I thought about it. I'm like, I really listened to Lauren's arguments, and the reasons why he did what he did. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, I mean, let me run down my personal rationale. Okay. So what does he say? He says, well, the first thing one, as he would say, is he was raised by his mom. For any of you out there, Australians, British, I know Lauren offers all around the world, but single parent families are extremely rare here in America. Extremely rare. Almost everyone is raised by their biological mother and father. So that is, again, thing one. Thing two is
his timing and delivery are so bad. Even if he was saying something funny, it all falls like a lead fucking balloon. If I was a prosecutor and he was being charged with any of the things, when you look at a man like this and you could see him being charged with, I would just play this. I would play just this video. I would call no witnesses. I would play the video. The judge would be looking at his watch. And at the end, I'd say, Your Honor, that was 10 minutes. And he'd say, holy shit. And I'd be like, yeah, right. And then I'd say, but seriously, this man's guilty. And he would agree. Alexa off. He would agree.
He did $700 worth of work for one of his siblings. He asked for, in return, about $10 worth of food, maybe $20, with the rate of money as time goes on. And he didn't get that. And then about a year later, he did some work also, coincidentally, came to exactly $700 for another sibling, asked for, again, about $10 worth of food and didn't get it. Now, we all process grief in a different way, and we all deal with disappointment in a different way. Some people might cry, some people might lash out angrily. With Lauren, the way he dealt with all that hurt and disappointment, it was to steal a large amount of money from people. People make a big deal about how he took the life savings of an elderly couple, which he did. He did. I won't pretend he didn't. But that was just how.
Now, if you haven't heard these calls, the apology calls before, you're unfamiliar with Jorrun, I want you to listen to his delivery here, because it's pretty natural. This is a pretty natural delivery. This is someone who is speaking from their heart, and this isn't a performance. And if you didn't know any better, you would say, like, okay, then he's a decent actor, or he's doing some good improv. You're going to hear a marked contrast in his actual apology that he's going to do on the next call that we play, where he's supposed to be actually apologizing from the heart for some things he was caught doing. And it sounds like a monologue for, the local play down at the community center. And he's not getting the part. But there are still comments on this video on the Jorrun channel where people are like, how dare you? They think this is an actual apology, because they don't know that this is the fake one. And they still get mad and they say, like, I can't believe you're still making content after what you did. So just keep that in mind.
He dealt with that grief. We all grieve differently, right? We all deal with disappointment in a different way. I find that people tend to hyper focus on the fact that he stole from Betty and her husband, the late Eric, and forget that he also stole tens of thousands of dollars from a professor. Never forget that. I never forget that. So yeah, that's why his head was messed up at the time, I believe is how he puts it. I'm not going to lie. Usually when someone says that they're on heavy drugs, I don't believe that was ever the case with Lauren. But yeah, so that's thing too. Yeah, so if you just look at his reasons, his hardcore solid reasons why he did the things he did, if I was let down by my siblings, if I was a 1-year-old, 2-year-old child, let's say 1-year-old child, and I had a toy stolen away from me by another child who wanted to play with it, which I'm sure is something that has never happened.
Jordan has never been around children. No one lets Jordan around children because a 1-year-old wouldn't remember having a toy stolen from them. Jordan.
Happened in all of recorded history. It's a rare event.
Guru said this is my 13th reason. Guru, please don't. And WB/H, I just saw that you left, and I'd like to say, sleep well. And anyone, if you're going off to bed, let me know so I could give you a sweet, sweet sleep well to nestle you into bed all nice and comfy.
Children never act in such a way. But if I had that happen to me when I was little, would I grow up and decide to molest an underage girl? Of course not. That's fucking preposterous. But you understand why Lauren did some of the things he did, right? Right? Of course. So,
this should be used in the trailer when Netflix makes the documentary about him. That first line. You understand why Lauren did some of the things he did, right? And then you hit the dramatic music, and then you start playing some of his clips, like the real unfunny clips. Then the music gets darker and darker. Then you just start doing some narration. It'll all come together.
I'm leaving. I'm abandoning my channel. I'm going to dedicate myself just to my original music. I have another channel in case you're interested. And it's hard, though, because I have to say goodbye. I made some real good friends. It's time to leave them, too, because, time is just going by, and realistically, these people, what do I have in common with them anymore? But guys like Clobbering Time, who was always so encouraging to me. His producer Rami's such a cool guy. TCAP Recipes been very supportive. Andy Burkett, Shins Koala. People are so good to me, very kind. I know I'm going to forget names, so please just forgive me. That's me. I'm just going to forget people's names. Katie Kev, Cirrus himself, S-Hole.
So he had no problem thinking of people to thank or call out in his fake apology video, but let's see how hard it is in his real apology.
Forgetting people, they're so kind. And as far as the ladies, the ladies of the church, I'm going to be missing you. I flirted with so many of you. Came on to some of you. To be honest, that's what it was. I hit on you pretty hard. So many women.
He really should have just rebooted this apology. Like, what did he have me help him for? Bitch, get a better camera, put on a different shirt, and reboot this shit, Tobey Maguire.
Scarlet Ebony, Danny G, Jess H. They're married women. Why would I even do that? The Great Babsby. Call me. You have my number. Call me. Kelp Pill, sexy voice Kelp Pill. Newer people like Danny G. She's cool. I'm gonna forget names, and I hate that. I don't want to feel left out. Let me take a sip of water here.
He even takes a sip of water in his fake apology. That's what I'm saying. He went from Star Wars to the Phantom Menace with his second, and I helped. So too many cooks spoiled that broth, my friend, because maybe because he did just fine with his own apology when he was apologizing for basically being Lorne, begging to be called out, begging to be caught. When I helped him with it was some trite bullshit that he acted his way through, like we were putting on Neil Simon.
Of course, Tiffany Lockhart, which I believe she has a restraining order against me now. I can't blame you, Tiff. I can't. Ember Inferno. All the things I said about her. Oh my God. All the extremely flattering things I said about her. I want to meet her. Beautiful woman. So talented. All the times I called her talented, smart, funny, hot. I take it all back.
So maybe that's what he meant by making videos with his best intentions, because that was him saying that he thought Ember was attractive, and he wanted to meet her. So he had to throw that in his video. And then he was posting it everywhere, hoping that it would get noticed. And what he learned from putting that first video on Clobber's channel, and Clobber torturing people for like a full month playing that horrible video before we got to hear our Lorne, we had to sit through what felt like 90 minutes of bullshit. He got 50 subscribers overnight after waiting 10 years to get 100 subscribers on his shitty music channel. So he figured out that he had the formula, and the formula in this community to get people to promote you was just to name people. Like, if, oh, Andy, that's someone. Okay, Wes Most, that's someone. I'd never talked to this guy. And he's talking about Vince Nicotra and then he wants me to see it. Like, he wanted me to promote it. And so that's what's going on here. And that was him throwing out some bait for Ember to come, because she's like, yeah, fuck yeah, look at this guy. Look at this video. And this is the best quality that I can get it in.
I mean, it's still true, but I take it all back. So, what else can I tell you? So many other ones. Rhoda's Too Tootsie. How did I almost forget her, right? Again, I forget. I apologize for any woman I've forgotten. There's so many of you.
All of the forgotten women took a collective sigh of relief at that very moment. They don't feel bad, Jordan.
Honestly. Betty. Betty's still awesome. I'm not going to pretend she isn't. I'm not going to sit here and lie and pretend she's not. But, yeah. I'm just on a different path, man. And I think it's wrong, you guys making fun of this guy. This guy is a victim. This guy is nothing. This guy is nothing. He has been spit upon by life itself. Everything. And I will not condone anybody making fun of him. I'm not going to say you guys are bad people for what you do, but I wash my hands. I'm gone. I'm gone. Lauren Armstrong. Lauren, I'm sorry. If the Cornville Mafia is watching this, I'm sorry. All the videos are going down. Lauren never...
They're gone. Deleted.
Never meant to do it. His head was messed
Good night, Jenny. Sleep well.
up at the time. I think that says it all. It's so dark in here. I can barely see. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's so dark. Where's my freaking light? How do I make this thing work?
Jordan screaming at his dick.
Okay, so the light is there, and that's damn bright. And then what we have here is John Curry mode.
Okay, first of all, that shit's backwards. Second of all, you said your name was John Curry, and now your name is John Curry Mode. And third of all, why is your lens covered in mashed potatoes?
Mode equals Joran comedy.
He is so proud of himself, and also he is so bullet shaped. I want you to do me a favor, and before you go to bed tonight, before you sleep well, I want you to look at EDP's head, and I want you to look at Jorran's head, and then I want someone to fund my $3 million study to find out if there's a direct correlation between eggheads and pedophilia. I'm just saying, there has to be a connection. How do they both have perfect eggheads? So that was the Lorne, the Lorne I'm sorry video that Jorrun put out on 4/1/2020, fresh-faced, 4 months in the community, channel growing. He's seen success for the first time as a creator, and he felt like he found a home, somewhere where he could be for a long time, where the breach would pile up as more and more subscribers had his content. He would work with more and more people. And this was just the beginning. You know, things didn't work out with his comedy troupe. The comedy troupe that he thought was going to rocket him to stardom, that didn't happen for them. But maybe if Jorrun would just keep being Jorrun a little bit longer, he would find that lasting success he's been looking for since he was a wee, weird-looking kid.
Roughly 3 hours after the first apology call, Jorrun contacted Wes Most. He had completed the first draft of his apology. What he wrote was a half-hearted attempt devoid of the actual things he had done. On top of that, he was hiding something big. Let's listen in as...
Hold on. Kelp Pills sent me something, and it might be Breach. So we're gonna check this out as a team, because that's how we do things here. Hold on. What did you send me, Kelp? Is it the Cuckold song? Because I opened the show with it. But thank you. Teaser. All right.
If I get a woman who listens to the skit half as turned on as I... God damn it. Okay. If I get woman who listen to this skit half as turned on as I know you get the men, just half, it will be an unqualified success.
Wow. So yeah, I rest my case on the virgin story. No, come on. What are you doing? I believe that this man is a virgin. If anyone's a virgin, I think it's him. I bring up my argument again about just tech. I know Air Force Tech School. I know what that place is like. And back in the 80s, they would bring in because drinking age on base was 18. They would bring in the beer trucks right in the middle of the quads at that tech school, and everyone would be getting crunked, and then they'd be going off and banging. And I just don't see how Lorne wouldn't have gotten lucky at least once. It's just the odds were in his favor.
And as Jorrun deflects, lies, and still refuses to accept responsibility, and Wes Most makes him do it all over again. The day was July 6, 2020, the time was 3 a.m.
Hey, so I'm looking at this, and I want to ask you before I have you read it. Would you say that 100% of this is sincere?
So I'm going to keep bringing up sincere over and over throughout the call, so get used to that. It annoys me that I did it, and it was really overkill, but I knew because Molly had sent me the link for the video that he said he had taken down, the Tiffany Lockhart sketch, and it was privated. And he had told me that he deleted it. So now I was upset, like right off the bat, but I'm going to keep bringing up sincerity and him telling me the truth, because I'm just waiting for a time to spring it on him.
Yes.
100%. And nothing has been left out.
I could put my hands on a Bible and say I am so sincere, and I want to do my best for this. I don't want anyone to have any doubt.
Pretty sure Lorne put his hand on a Bible in court and so that he was going to tell the truth, and never talked about MySpace Molly or any of those other people. I'm not a religious person, so I just want to know though, because it's going to come across in your apology video if there's a lack of sincerity. And just as someone who does have experience with this stuff, I want you to know that people are going to pick it apart. And if there's anything that they find that comes up later that doesn't match or that refutes what you're saying is sincere, then you might as well have done nothing. It'll actually be worse than doing nothing. So before you read it, I just want to make sure that everything here is sincere and you don't feel like anything was left out.
No, I think I get everything.
Okay.
That being said, because I want to be as honest to you as possible, I have flirted with so many women in the community, I would have forgotten at this point.
Well, that should maybe be the first line of your. That's
kind of a really damn good idea.
That's kind of telling.
He's way too excited about this.
That's kind of telling, don't you think, when you flirted with so many women in a small community in a very short period of time, that you don't even remember who it was.
Let me type that right now. Okay, cool. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did rehearse a few times because, well, when I say rehearse, I fucking trip over my words.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I mean, I rehearse scripts too. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not going to mean it lacks sincerity or not. I just want to make sure before you read anything that someone later is going to pull up something else and be like, whoa, what about this? I want to make sure that
that's called foreshadowing. This man is an idiot. This man is a fucking idiot. But I love when he starts reading, because I'm glad I played that fake apology call where he's totally natural, because we're gonna hear how he's gonna read his apology.
That's sincere. So yeah, go ahead and start the and I'll stop you if I have any questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey everybody, this is the rare serious video from me. It's probably the only one I've ever done. It really needs to be made though. I'm going to read what I wrote because that's the best way for me to organize my thoughts and really say what I mean. Please bear with me. I owe everybody an apology, a very big one. It's been brought to my attention recently just how bad my behavior has been online. It's been really, really bad. I've been inappropriate with a lot of people I've called my friends, as well as strangers. More than that, I've been over-sexualizing them, treating them like meat sometimes even. It's a very shitty thing to do. I have no excuses for what I've done. None. I can claim I'm stupid, but guess what? Being stupid doesn't mean your actions don't hurt other people or have repercussions. As they say, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Why are you taking our conversation and making it to an apology? I didn't give you permission for that. That's weird. And I noticed it right off the bat, but that's weird that he just directly took shit. It's like we were working on a book report together. We're just gonna share some ideas. It'll be both our ideas. We're just gonna leave it at my house.
I can say I never meant to hurt anyone, but what do drunk drivers usually say after they hit someone? It's the same thing. The outcome is the same regardless, and it's irrelevant.
See, I think and let me stop you because I just did. I think in the beginning, maybe you're taking too long with the explanation before actually saying what happened. Because here's the thing. That thing. Who knows how many people have seen that drive in that video at this point? They're not going to want to hear that. They know that you've done something very, very wrong. So instead of 3 paragraphs explaining that, I would just jump right to it. You don't need to paint a picture.
Okay. Okay. Well.
I mean, continue now. But I just want you to think it like when you reread this. I want you to look at it and see, is all that actually important, or is a lot of it filler? Because people just say what you did.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like it was important.
Well, because I'm looking at this, and then the next thing is, so why did I do it? You're talking about why you did something before you even talk about what you did.
Gotcha.
If you're looking at a recipe, the very first thing on that recipe, if you're looking at like the back of a pack of M&Ms, the very first thing is the thing that's the most of in that recipe. So if it's sugar or whole wheat, And with this, the most important thing here is what you did, not why you did it, not the pre-setup to the apology. Start with what you did.
And I meant ingredients, and that always bothered me. But again, weed, and I forget names. Like anytime I talk about TCAP and I'm on a stream, I don't know anyone's name all of a sudden. It just happens. And I mentioned something later about like bombs falling. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. So, I mean, you gotta bear with me at some points of these calls.
This is what I did. That's what people are going to want to see.
I got you. I thought it was good just because in the second paragraph I go, I've been really inappropriate, I've been treated over sexually. I thought that was letting people know right
That's
away.
vague. No, that's vague.
Okay.
It sounds like an excuse for an apology. That a lot of celebrities and the PR, that's vague.
Oh, dude, I've been doing my damnedest to let my sincerity come through, and I like to be. I think it's long because I like to be real clear. I don't want people to think, "Oh, well, he just shit that out" or something. I want people to know that I really thought about this. That's
a 30-second apology that was like, "Hey, I tried to fuck a kid, and I blamed a lot of people for it, and my life has been ruined because of it. But I'm working hard to try and get that back, and I'm going to therapy and realizing what I did was wrong." That would be something that Lauren could say. That would undo the 12 years of bullshit that he's been spouting. Do you think people would say, "God, I wish it was longer"?
I gotcha.
Fluff is what you do when you're trying to make a video longer for monetization. But for this, just get straight to it. The meat and potatoes.
Okay. I'm going to continue now. So why did I do it? Again, I have no good excuse. But I guess you're saying.
But why did I did it? I have no good excuse. Now please allow me to present 9 minutes of excuses.
I think that should go out too, right? The next paragraph. Right,
No, keep reading. I want to hear it. Then we'll decide.
Okay, great, thanks. So why did I do it? Again, I have no good excuse, but I'd like to tell you what my thought process was. If this makes someone else realize that they're doing the same things, then maybe it can do some good and help them want to change. In my mind, what I was doing was okay. Oh, I'm just flirting. I'm a flirt. If they ask me to stop, I will. They shouldn't have to ask me to stop, though. What if they were too embarrassed and were worried about how I'd react? I've heard horror stories when a woman politely asks a man to stop and he flips the fuck out.
Hello?
What's going on, Malicious? I haven't seen you around in a long time. Welcome. Okay, I start fucking with Jorrun now.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you know what? I think my phone cut out. Can you start over at that paragraph? I missed everything. I thought you were getting ready.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, I would have sat there 30 fucking seconds waiting for Jorrun to start and not said anything. Is this man for real? Like, I would have just sat there waiting for him to clear his throat.
So why did I do it? Again, I have no good excuse. But I'd like to tell you what my thought process was. If this makes someone else realize that they're doing the same things, then maybe it can do some good and help them want to change. In my mind, what I was doing was okay. Oh, I'm just flirting. I'm a flirt. If they ask me to stop, I will. They shouldn't have to ask me to stop, though. What if they were too embarrassed and were worried about how I'd react? I've heard horror stories when a woman politely asked a man to stop and he flipped the fuck out. I did a lot more than flirting, though. I got real damn sexual. I was objectifying.
The way he hits these lines, like, why was there none of this overacting in his fake apology? That's the one where he should have been super dramatic, and like maybe that could have made it funny if he would have been real over the top with his fake apology. But with this one, Jorrun, this is a time when you should just turn off Jorrun comedy and you should just be John Curry mode again, a regular fucking person who's not a walking talking Muppet, a really horny Muppet.
Woman. How the hell did I justify it? Oh, it's just jokes. I'm a comedian. Yeah, no. There was some of that, and some of the stuff I said was just plain creepy. It was just plain wrong. Period, full stop. Not just on YouTube. And this went on for years. I cringed thinking about it.
All right, so here, I don't, the part about if it can do some good and help someone else change, I don't think the martyr card is a way to go on this. That's going to get you destroyed. Take that part out. This isn't about you helping someone else change. This is about you realizing what you did and apologizing to people. So helping someone else should not be something that that's some PR shit that's thrown in to make people say, like, if I can change this one person from going out and killing someone while drunk driving or, overdosing on heroin, then I'm going to do it. That's not going to happen. No one's going to, because if you would have saw this video a week ago, you would have thought, God, I'm glad I'm not like that. And then you would have gone and talked about Molly's tips, because that's not talking to you.
Yeah.
Right?
And I 100% believe that. Jorrun has, in his life, seen countless PSAs at especially with his job as a massage artist. I don't remember what the term was. Donde jumped on my back about calling him a masseuse. So as the rub and tug guy, you're gonna probably have a lot of training on sexual harassment and what is and isn't okay. Now, we know from reading reviews of Jorrun's services that he makes some women feel uncomfortable, that he's petted women's heads, and they hated it so much they left reviews about it. And what does the owner of the very swanky establishment that he works at do in response? Doxes people on the reviews. Oh yeah, Jane Escobar, well, your check bounced. So that's the kind of joint this man who went to massage school at 42 so he could, I'm getting paid to touch women's, and also go to DJ class so that he could press the button and make the pretty women dance at the burlesque expo.
Right? I mean, how old are you?
48.
And it took you 48 years to realize this, right? You think a video a week ago would have changed your mind and your way of thinking? I'm sure you've seen countless PSAs about sexual harassment and how to treat people, but you never thought they were talking to you.
Yeah.
And then the other part where you're talking about, yeah, no, there was some of that, and some of that I said.
Wavens, when I was in 7th grade, my dad sent me to 7-Eleven by his condo, and to ask for grits, to buy grits. And I asked the guy behind the counter for grits. What is a grit? What is grit? What do you mean? What is grit? He thought I was making fun of him. And they did not have grits. Like, and my dad was surprised by that. Like, why would 7-Eleven has like 9 things in there? Why would grits be one of them?
It was just plain creepy. No, it was all creepy. All of it. Because as soon as you say one thing, it everything else Dr. Maurice Wolin could have saved 100 lives the day he goes out to try and fuck a 12-year-old. None of that matters.
Gotcha.
So I did more than flirting. I don't think there was any flirting. It was all like the LOLs that Lauren would throw out. What color panties and bra? LOL. When are your parents going to leave? LOL. You were testing the waters. And if you would have got a sexual response back from Molly, it wouldn't have been that it was a joke. It would have been welcomed.
Yes.
I think if he would have got a sexual response back from Clobber, it would have been welcome. I really don't know if it mattered. Like, as much as this dude talked about dicks, I don't think it mattered.
Yeah.
So let's, again, sincerity. If it's not sincere, someone like me will tear this fucking thing apart.
Wow. I have to tell you, my instincts are
wrong,
proving wrong and wrong again and again in writing this thing.
Yeah. Well,
everything that I think that is sincere and shows people I'm for real, you're saying is kind of bullshit.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the saying that you hope one person learns from, that's bullshit. You don't care about that. Right now your concern is yourself, and that's what your concern should be, not some other guy. Not saying, if you guys hate me and kick me out, but a year from now I found out that some other guy stopped. That'll make it all worth it. That's not true. That's not what you want. Be sincere.
But it is true.
That's bullshit, Jorrun. So you're telling me right now, if they were like, you know what, Jorrun, fuck you, go away, fuck your channel, and then a year from now, some guy contacts you like, hey man, I was about to, point a time code to some girl's butt and say like, look at her butthole, and I saw your video and it stopped me from doing that. You would be like, you know what, that really warms my heart and makes it all worth it what I did.
No.
Okay.
No,
that's bullshit. Sincere.
Look at her butthole. I don't even know where I was going with that one. But, Jorrun was willing to accept anything on that night.
Okay. Should I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. In my mind, I created this weird dichotomy. If I'm generally polite and caring, it's okay for me to also get really sexual sometimes.
Or, oh, she's my friend. She knows how I am. It's cool. Nope, wasn't cool at all. Calling yourself a good person doesn't mean you can act like you're concerned one minute and fetishize the same person the next. Sometimes in life, you get a mirror held up to you in your actions, and you don't like what you see. If you're smart, you look, don't wince, don't look away, but you deal with the sight and decide to do something about it. I'm sure you probably want me to get rid of this paragraph.
What? Hold on.
That's a YouTube video. Wavens, I would hate to be Wes's child, like being an attorney's kid. Actually, my kid, he thinks he's I don't talk to anyone like this. Like, I really don't. I don't talk to him like that because he's not like as I point out to him, my 13-year-old at the time wouldn't do this shit. Like, I never have to ever talk to anyone in this manner. And this was the first, and it surprised me. But again, I only talked to him like this because he was allowing me to talk to him like this because his channel meant that much to him. And also for some weird reason, impressing me because he's the down Latino who likes to talk to sexy black chicks from California who aren't just down to fuck like that. What did he call her? This mac and cheese bitch is horny.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, can you start that one over again?
Yeah, this is probably, I'm almost sure you're going to want me to get rid of this.
So what I told Clobber I was going to do before the call, my one thing I was going to do was have him add stuff and then remove stuff and then add stuff again and then have him remove it again. That was the only thing I knew I was going to do during the call, and I'll also call him out on the link.
But anyway,
let me decide that. Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Of course. Sometimes in life, you get a mirror held up to you in your actions, and you don't like what you see. If you're smart, you look.
No. I missed the paragraph before that.
Oh, okay. In my mind, I created this weird dichotomy. If I'm generally polite and caring, it's okay for me to also get really sexual sometimes. Or, oh, she's my friend. She knows how I am. It's cool. Nope, wasn't cool at all. Calling yourself a good person doesn't mean you can act like you're concerned one minute and fetishize the same person the next.
So are you giving me a lesson, or this isn't? I'm still yet to get to the apology. That whole paragraph is garbage. It doesn't mean anything. It's just more fluff. Like you're telling me this is what I've learned over these last 24 hours. But I mean, Jordan, let's be honest. You would not have felt this way if none of that stuff was released today.
No, Slothcat, that was a YouTube video. I had a bunch of videos pulled up. I had like crying babies. I wanted Jordan to think that I lived in the hood, and I was gonna like gunshots. I had all kinds of shit, but he was making me mad. So I only ended up using the police siren sound, and then I did a fake phone call. I don't know if the fake phone call was in this video or the next one, but I do a fake phone call, and then that was basically it as far as like just fucking with them. Hey, do you guys want to see a Cheater Pop preview? Let me know. I'll do a poll.
So that right there,
you're right.
I would tear that shit apart.
Done. It's gone.
Yeah.
All right, so I go directly into the apology right now.
Actually, you know what? Can you read that last one again?
Oh, ideally.
Yeah, just hit Control Z or whatever. It's pretty easy.
What the fuck? What do I hit on this thing? Oh, undo. There we go. Let me see. Fuck, I did delete it.
Oh, I actually it's still on my screen. Wait, isn't it on the screen from where you pasted it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm done.
That's what I'm reading off of.
Okay.
Hey, hold on. I'm getting a call on Skype real quick. Hold on, okay?
Sure.
Hello? No, I don't know if I'm gonna make the video. Well, no, he's working on he's working on something right now, and I'm gonna decide after. No, I have not seen any new edition. Hey, can you send me an email? I'm in the middle of something right now. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Hello?
Okay, I love you too, Chris. Call me in the morning. I mean, how would you not ask me what that was? Clearly, I was talking about him. Clearly, I was talking about you, Jordan. And you know he was listening. So how would he not ask me, was that about me or is something going on? Wouldn't you want to know? Wouldn't you have some question? This man is so alpha. So alpha.
All right. Where were we?
I did. You want me to do the paragraph again? In my mind, I created this. Weird
Oh, yeah,
dichotomy.
please.
Yeah. In my mind, I created this weird dichotomy. If I'm generally polite and caring, it's okay for me to also get sexual, really sexual sometimes. Or, oh, she's my friend. She knows how I am. It's cool. Nope, wasn't cool at all. Calling yourself a good person doesn't mean you can act like you're concerned 1 minute and fetishize the person the next.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you know, I hear it again, and I think it needs to come out.
Okay, it's gone. So going directly into the apology itself. Let me see here. I apologize to all the women in the TCAP community. I've flirted with so many women in the community, I can't even remember them all. I apologize to all women on the internet. I'm sorry for any time my behavior made you uncomfortable.
Imagine being 48 years old and sitting down to write an apology where you apologize to all women of the internet. Just think about that for a minute. You're this man up in this little corner of America. You drive 30 miles every day to and from your job that you hate, where you hate the people, you hate what you do. You come home to an empty apartment with just a table and some places to come on and some economy carpet. All right, guys, in 2018 I tried my hand at YouTube for the first time, and it was with a little show called Cheater Pop. And what Cheater Pop was, there was a park in the downtown area where I live where a lot of men were picking up prostitutes. And so I wanted to do something about that. And I was inspired by, I was watching Mr. Gigi. And first, what I wanted to do was a sting house of my own, but I thought about the logistics of that. And I was thinking, how could I get a captive audience without it being a predator? And married men coming to pick up prostitutes sounded like a really good idea to me. So I found a girl on Craigslist who could be the decoy, and it worked out great. Like she was awesome. She was only supposed to sit there until the guy came up, and then I would walk up with the camera and give him the option of being outed on YouTube, or he could play some games and answer trivia. We would ask questions about the chat log, and then he would do a talent, and he'd be free to go about on his business. And these guys were driving 2-3 hours to pick this girl up who was a desperate girl, in a very unhappy situation. They were taking advantage of that. So I'd have them bring Mike's Hard Lemonade, and it was the whole thing. And anyway, I was supposed to debut the channel on July 7th was the date I set, and on July 5th, 2018, I got served with a loss. It cost me $10,000 before I ever put a video on YouTube. And so I never went any further with it. And then the next time I was on YouTube was when I was with Baked Salmon. But the girl who played the decoy, I now have a 20-year restraining order against, because like 2 years after this, we dated for like 2 weeks, and she did meth, and she was crazy, and we call her Lady Lorne. It's a really funny story. But anyway, let's watch a little preview of Cheater Pop before we get back to the rest of this call.
You should have been gone. No
question. We'll get to that. Who are you here to meet today?
I came to meet Sherry.
You came to meet Sherry.
Yeah.
How do you know Sherry? You stay right there. My name on the show was Dis Hansen. Dis Hansen. So, how do you know Sherry?
I met her online. Like you.
See a wedding ring on you. So this is not your wife.
No, sir.
That you're separated. You're separated. And you did not agree to pay this woman any money? No, there was never an agreement. There was never discussion about you paying women previously or paying her today. Please.
About how long are we going to be here?
Well, I mean, you planned a couple hours to spend with Sherry, correct? So, I mean, like, tell me right now that you don't have time to spend 15, 20 minutes with us.
I got time.
Well, if there won't be any Sherry today, and you have been cheater popped.
Sure. Oh, no, I've been cheater popped.
Now say it more dramatically.
Oh, no, I've been cheater popped.
Now, like, surprised.
Oh, no, I've been cheater popped.
Perfect. I think you should also say,
I have been cheater popped?
you've been cheater popped.
Sorry, I said that like a question. Oh, you have been cheater popped.
Good night, Danny. Sleep well. And clearly this man's talent, he was a saxophone player, and he'd actually lost, I don't remember the exact figure, but he'd been blackmailed out of something like $15,000 to $20,000 over the last 5 years by women that he was paying for sex, who later blackmailed him. And yet the catfish that I was playing, he gave me his full name. He gave me a link to his LinkedIn profile to prove that he was who he said he was. And I bring that up to him during our sad dad conversation, but this guy drove 2.5 hours to meet up with this desperate girl, and he was going to pay for sex with gift cards. And so that is a little preview, because for July, I'm going to debut Cheater Pop for the first time. It's been 4 years, and I think it's time for people to meet these sad dads. But before we get back to that apology call, there's one more. And this is my favorite, because, I can't do things without a theme song. And there was a theme song for Cheater Pop. And I had one of the guys sing it, because I wanted to hear one of the Predators sing my song. But now I have to find it. So just, let's do this. I'm going to play you guys some music. You'll like this. You will like this a lot. I love that song because it sounds like two songs on top of each other that just somehow got added on top of each other. I love that. There should be more music that sounds exactly like that. So I found what I was looking for. Just give me a second here to figure it. But this was my favorite, because I got this man. He believed that we were live, first of all, and on YouTube, but I didn't know how to do that shit. And he also, but he did. He sang the theme song, and then I had him do a couple of PSAs for people who were also thinking about cheating. And the very first guy that was cheater popped, I had him give a 3-minute speech. I gave him a little time, and then I had him give a 3-minute speech to anyone who was thinking about cheating and why they shouldn't cheat and how it can harm a family. And then I gave him a grade at the end of it. And it was crazy, like the feeling of walking up to someone who was there thinking he was going to bang. And I remember like slowly walking up to this dude and thinking, like, am I actually about to do this? And Crystal was supposed to get up and walk away, and her job was done, but she was pretty drunk, not a joke. And she sat there and she like took part in shit. And so I added her to the actual show. So this is this, and just so you know, every man that sat down with me and stayed, they were there for like 2 hours. They all thanked me afterwards. They all thanked me for what I did. But I still believe that they went and just kept doing what they were doing anyway. But let's watch this final one, and this is Jay, and he's going to sing the Cheater Pop theme song for us.
You've been Cheater Pop.
Jay, are you ready to sing the Cheater Pop theme song?
Yes. If your partner's stepping out, they're loving his flip-flop. Give us a case, we'll put them in their place when they get cheater popped.
It doesn't matter.
Can't run and hide no matter what they do.
Sooner or later,
they'll interrogate you, this Hanson and crew.
So cheaters, watch out.
Cause when we meet, your heart may just drop. When you hear those words that you deserve, you've been cheater popped.
Oh, Jay, hold me up here. Ready?
You've been cheater popped.
Let's see your finger up like you're really finding the note.
You've been cheater popped.
I like that. All right.
Creeps getting caught, cheater pop. Creeps getting caught, cheater pop. Creeps getting caught, cheater pop.
That was great, Jay. You know, I really like that. But I want to hear it again one more time, and let's just really put some energy into it. And Sherry, if you could not fuck this up this time, if you could just be an asset.
They're stepping out, they're loving his flip flop. Give us a case, we'll put them in their place when they get cheater pop.
It doesn't matter.
Can't run and hide no matter what they do.
Sooner or later,
they'll interrogate you. This Hanson and crew.
So cheaters, watch out.
Cause when we meet, your heart just may drop. When you hear those words you deserve, you've been cheater popped.
Whoa, you cut that one short because of the fly. So let's take that one from the beginning. When you hear
the words that you deserve,
right,
you've been cheater popped.
Can you see a ranger? I know I keep fucking up a lot. I really want to see a ranger. And Jay, can I tell you something? You're doing a great job.
When you hear those words you deserve, you've been cheater pop.
Yeah! I need you to really dig down into that emotion. And oh no, here comes this Hanson and cheater pop. Okay? Now I'm going to need 3 of those. On the third one, you can get up. All right?
Oh shit, it's this Hanson and cheater pop.
And look into the camera. That was perfect. Let's get 3 where you look at the camera, okay?
Holy shit, it's this Hanson and cheater pop. Oh my god, here comes this Hanson and cheater pop.
Right, let's stretch out that oh my god on this one.
Oh my god, it's this Hanson and cheater pop.
Can you do like a home alone, like a...
He says 3, but it really means like 6 or 7.
3 good ones. Have you ever play football?
No.
You ever play sport?
Yes.
All right, they tell you to get down and do push-ups. They don't want 10 push-ups, they want 10 what? 10 good
10
push-ups.
more.
Yeah.
It's always 10 more. Oh my god, it's this Hanson and cheater pop.
Hey, can you cheater pop? That's the last one. And then you're done.
You're a terrible director.
You
gotta give all of this up front.
I am a terrible director. I never said I was a good director.
Oh my god, it's just
this.
Oh my god, it's this Hanson and cheater pop.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you may or may not get it, but seriously, I appreciate it.
I hope you do mean that.
It's not always easy.
How you gonna thank me after that, Jay? How you gonna thank me after that? There's buzzers in front of them. They have to press the button. I make them press the buttons over and over again. I'm like, now hold it like we're cutting the commercial. Now press it. Like it's all ridiculous. It's all ridiculous. But that is a little teaser for what we have coming this July. I've been sitting on. I mean, this is slowly becoming the official home of sad dad commentary. And we are going to have the saddest dads, sad dads who sit with me and tell me stories of how they've lost the loving feeling for their wife. And so they seek the warm embrace of some paid strange men who bring BDSM kits so they can go off to some location with the woman. And they all wanted unprotected sex, all of them. Every single one of them wanted unprotected sex with the woman who they know gets paid for sex. So it was a really interesting experiment. It was a social experiment. It was not bullying. So come this July, you guys will see more of that.
Directly into the policy itself. Let me Yeah. I apologize to all the women in the TCAP community. I've flirted with so many women in the community, I can't even remember them all. I apologize to all women on the internet. I'm sorry for any time my behavior made you uncomfortable, angry, or scared. That's my fuck up, not yours, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it isn't all on me. Your feelings are real, not in your head, and should be validated and acknowledged. I've done projects.
I would take that part out. I don't think you need to tell them that their feelings are valid and real. That would be a really good point, because that would be a really good point to bring up the troll that is not a troll, that people are scared to stream and do things about because they think there's some random person out here trying to take you down. And that sounds like your opening paragraph. I apologize to all women in the TCAP community should be the first line that comes out of your mouth.
Okay.
And not just the women. I don't know if you're familiar with how sexual harassment works, but if you and I work in an office and you're having a sexual...
Cornville Three-Way is going to bed with 3 women, which of course is a 3-way, and we all tell Cornville Three-Way to sleep
conversation with a woman who, for whatever reason, is into it and is going back and forth with you, and I hear it and it makes me uncomfortable, that's harassment too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, it's not just women who were offended by what you do. It offends everyone.
Okay.
So I think that the TCAP community as a whole should be apologized to.
All right, I'll change it.
And then, well, I'm not saying change it. Apologize to the TCAP community. And I apologize to all women, specifically all women in the TCAP community. But you need to address the community as a whole. Because like Clobber, and you brought Clobber, and Clobber's the nicest guy in the world.
I think the hardest part of this was having to lie to Joran. If I had to do it over again, I would take back the lies.
And you brought him into that video with Tiffany too. Like, I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
As much shit as he gives Tiffany, as much shit as I give Tiffany, we both really respect her.
Yeah.
She's a really smart woman and doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and let's start with the apologize again.
Okay. I apologize to all the people in the TCAP community. I've flirted with so many women in the community. I can't even remember them all. I apologize to all the women on the internet. I've done projects with some great female content creators, Tiffany Lockhart, Danny G, Kelp Pill, Kennedy, to name a few. These people gave me their time and effort to help my channel and didn't get a cent out of me. They gave much more than what they got, frankly. I apologize to them for any time I treat them disrespectfully. The sketches I did with Kelp Pill and Tiffany were way too sexual, with me having them say very sensual things. I've taken those videos down now. I apologize to Molly. I went to her video and commented on how nice she was bouncing. I apologize to the great Babsby for the times I made her uncomfortable, trying to get...
Hold on.
Okay.
I gave Jordan a big old sigh there. Good night, Tron. Sleep. You just go to sleep. Fuck off.
There's things that need to come out here. I've done projects with some great female creators, and you start naming them. It's not the time to name drop. I would get rid of that. I would get rid of these people.
You lost me. Hold on again, please.
I have done projects with some great female content creators, and you start naming them. None of that's important. That's like when
thought you wanted me to name people.
I want you to name drop the people, Danny G, and I want you to name drop the people who you affected. You're running down a list of people who you worked with.
Gotcha.
That's like when someone says, ask any of my black friends, Ramon, Tyrone, if I'm a racist, and they'll tell you I'm not. Running down a list of people you worked with is that's unimportant. And they gave me much more than I would cut it all the way down to the sketches I did with Kelp. So, and even I've done some projects with some great female creators, like who cares? Yeah. This is not a bio about Jorrun. This should just be the apology and about the apology.
I gotcha.
By now, people will know what you did. Like it's spreading. So all this other stuff, all this fluff is just going to upset people. It's like when Lauren...
Nobody knew what he did and nobody knew who he was. And even after his apology video, most people just came away confused and still didn't know who he was.
Would sit at that kitchen table and talk about deviled eggs and macaroni and cheese. Which, okay, so all right, so yeah, let's start from the sketches I did.
Okay. The sketch says it with Kelp Pill and Tiffany were way too sexual, with me having them say very sensual things. I've taken the videos down now. I apologize to Molly. I went to her video and commenting on how nice she was bouncing. I apologize to Grace.
I think you should be more specific about that. About a video about her bouncing. What does that mean?
She was
not specific enough. I made a comment about her body bouncing in a video and sexualize her in a very innocent video. Like, it needs to be that specific.
Okay.
I don't know what bounce.
Malicious. Why did he think an apology needed to be almost an hour long? I don't get it. Did he think he was being graded and it had to be 10,000 words? I told him from the very beginning, a 30-second apology where you got right down to it, said what you did, and then fucked off will go a whole lot better than whatever this is. Like, he really is trying to run down a list of people that he's worked with. He still doesn't get that, like, none of this shit matters, and that the apology itself was a horrible idea, and having me help him with it was an even worse idea. Why do these locals come to me? Like, why did Kennedy come to me thinking that I was her ace in the hole to lie to me and get and out this man Adam like she didn't know the shit that I'd been accused of? Why did she think I'd be like, cool, yeah, let's run this fucking man through the ringer with some bullshit I can clearly tell you made up and you think I'm the person to bring this to? The fuck is wrong with you?
Bouncing means.
Right. The term I use is, the bounce cam is doing good, which is creepy as fuck.
That is creepy as fuck.
Yeah. And went to a video and commented on how her breasts were bouncing.
Yeah.
I apologize to the great Babsy for the times I made her uncomfortable trying to get face pics from her. I've been way too sexual on the live streams with people like Rhoda's, Chew Tootsie, Aerodose, Scarlet Ebony. And then I said, you're a troll finding a group of women who deserve respect more.
Okay,
I apologize to
that
anyone.
right there. You'd have trouble finding a group of women that deserve respect more. Why?
I'm just trying to say how awesome they are.
Do you honestly, in your heart of hearts, feel that those people you just named deserve more respect than nurses on the front line who are fighting coronavirus? So is that sincere?
No, you're absolutely right. All right, let me get rid of that. I apologize to anyone in my streams or anyone else's streams that I made feel dirty or objectified. I apologize for any comments I left on videos where I was overly sexual.
And how about I apologize to anyone who I left out?
Yes.
And know that your pain is no less than anyone that I mentioned, or something along those lines. And you mentioned the videos that you removed. Those are all deleted, right?
Some of them are deleted. Well, dude, I'm just going to put all my cards on there because obviously you're going out of your way to help me. So I deleted everything to do with Tiffany. The stuff that I thought was borderline, like the Jorrun After Dark and the Sex Tips with Dan, I have on as unlisted right now or private.
And what's the reason? Are you bringing them back later? Or what's the reason?
Honestly, with some stuff like Sex Tips with Dan, I don't think that there is anything there that would be offensive to someone. But at the same time, now I'm kind of shell shocked. I'm not saying, oh, poor me, fuck that. But I'm just kind of like, if I do anything even slightly sensual, is it like, you know what I'm?
Why are you making sensual content? Listen to what your channel is called Jorrun Comedy, and you're asking me about making sensual content.
Have you heard of Typhoid Mary?
Yes.
Okay, what did Typhoid Mary do?
She contaminated everyone without getting contaminated herself.
She got everyone sick, right? And she was a cook. Would you hire her to cook in your restaurant?
Hell no.
Okay, so do you think that after this situation, you should be putting up any sexual videos back up? Or how do you think that kind of reaction is that going to get? Should Lauren Armstrong start getting catalogs for the 12 to 13-year-old girl bikini lines?
Hell no.
Nah, people aren't going to react to all of that. So,
well, what is your personal opinion if you heard all my sex tips with Dan? Do you think it's innocent stuff? Do you think it's just like?
Well, I mean, the genie thing sounded innocent until.
Didn't he just hear what I said? Like, is he Lauren? Is he just waiting to say shit, or is he listening? I said she shouldn't have any sexual content. Well, what about sex tips with Dan? Oh, I don't know. Should you have sex tips with Dan, or should you not have any sexual shit? Like I just fucking said.
What came out. So you tell me.
Yeah.
Do you think people are going to have a problem listening to anything you put out that's sexually based after?
I would prefer to keep everything.
After seeing a picture of a 9 or whatever year old girl that you're clicking on, do you think you should be putting anything sexual up, Jordan?
No, absolutely not.
And people, okay, so all the Tiffany stuff is deleted, and some stuff is privated, but you agree that needs to be gone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay. Let me see. I haven't just done this on YouTube. I've done it on Instagram, putting some very suggestive comments on pictures of women I found attractive. I'll tell you the women I've quote unquote flirted with were of legal age, but I hit the like button on girls who are way younger. That disgusts me.
I asked for sincerity, and he admits the next day that he had flirted and had conversations with high school girls, as well as pleasuring himself while looking pictures at these girls.
And I've done that. It's repulsive. Some of the women on IG I became friends with or dated.
Stop. But I've hit the like button of girls who are way younger. That disgusts me that I've done that. It's repulsive. As of when? I mean, because you spent a lot of time explaining things prior to that I've had you removed, but as of when did that become repulsive?
When I realized what I did and how that it's viewed, it makes my skin crawl.
Is it something that you would have proudly told someone about before?
No, absolutely not. No.
No, so you wouldn't have told people before that you were liking these pictures.
Absolutely.
So then you knew that it wasn't okay.
Yes.
So, but you're repulsed as of today.
Damn.
They would ask the predators, does anyone else know that you're here today? Why do you think they asked them that? If I'm going to meet some strange broad, I let someone know where I'm going. If you're going to meet some strange broad and you know it's not okay, you don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
So Jorrun, you weren't telling people that you were doing that because of what reason?
I'm just a private person.
Jorrun, you didn't tell people for what reason?
Because it's wrong.
So is that a sincere line that it disgusts you that you've done that and it's repulsive?
Hmm?
What?
Well, no, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
This man is so alpha, he didn't hear what I said, but still agreed with me.
Is it a sincere line that it disgusts you that you've done that and it's repulsive?
Fuck yes. Absolutely.
As of when? Because that would be the first thing I would ask if I tore this video apart in an analysis.
Yeah.
I would open with that line. Because I want to know, when did it become repulsive? When it was pointed out to you? Because you weren't telling people about it. You just admitted you never would have told anyone.
Yeah.
So when did it become so repulsive and now you're disgusted by it? When it was found out by someone?
It's always been repulsive, Wes. It's always been something that I knew was wrong. And
okay, well now we're getting into another issue, Jorrun, because if this is something that you always knew was wrong, and yet you continue to do it, then there's another problem, don't you think?
Yeah.
So Jorrun, you came to a community built around child predators.
Yes.
You are liking pictures of sexualized little girls in genie costumes. And you're telling me you knew it was wrong, so you wouldn't tell anyone. But now you're repulsed by it after it got found out. Every guy who got busted on Dateline, I'm disgusted by myself. You could shoot me right now.
Yeah.
I think that line needs to be fixed and maybe elaborated on a little bit more, because skipping over that but giving all the background about these great women of TCAP, that's insincere.
So this is when I just started getting really upset, and all the jokes and the fake noises and stuff, because I just got angry, and I like him talking about him running down his Oscar list of shit. It was really pissing me off.
You really glossed over that line, and I don't think you can gloss over that line.
What should I say?
That is not for me to decide, Jorrun. But I think you need to try again right there, because that is not okay. You're admitting you've hit the like button of girls who are way younger. You knew it was wrong. You knew that it was something that could get you in trouble, and you knew it was something you needed to hide from people.
Take the physical challenge, Jorrun. Take the physical challenge. Why didn't this? He should have hung up. Jorrun, hang up the phone. Dee kick Nicotra off the live stream. Jorrun should have hung up. This was a bad idea.
The thing is, and I don't expect you to believe anything I say at this point, the thing is, in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's all I did, start, finish, was hit a like button. That's it. But of course, with everything that's come out, no one would believe me, and I couldn't blame them for not believing me.
It's all progression, Jorrun. How long would it have been until if some 16-year-old, 15-year-old girl hit you up, and it's Halloween and she's in a genie costume and she wants to come over and hang out? You know, Lauren didn't start off driving out to Nashville or Bowling Green. He started out chit-chatting and saying hi, and then it becomes normalized, and then one thing progresses to another. So that right there, that one line is not going to be okay. That just glossing over it. There needs to be an explanation, and there needs to be an explanation that you now realize what you did was wrong, but at the time you didn't think it was. And that, because I'm telling you, if you leave it like that, with people seeing what they're seeing in this drive, that's it. Mm-hmm. That's it. And then someone's going to want it. Yeah, you can't do that.
I gotcha. Okay. Do you want me to continue?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let me see. Where was I? And then I say something that sounds half of an excuse.
Well, no, Jorrun, I just want to hear you read it. I just want to hear you read it. Yeah, let me tell you what how it sounds. I just want to hear you read it.
Thanks. Some of the women on Instagram I became friends with or dated, but most of them had to deal with attention from me they did not want.
Okay, so which part of that sentence do you think is unnecessary?
That I became friends and dated with some women.
Do you think that matters?
Not.
Do you at all? Does it matter?
It's extraneous.
It is, and even the having to deal with attention from me they did not want. I mean, that's pretty clear. That's the whole point of this apology. So that's also unnecessary.
So
some told me off. Others suffered in silence. That's important.
Yeah.
So you were told several times that it was inappropriate how you were acting.
Over the years, yeah.
And instead of thinking that it was a Jorrun issue, it was their issue. They were uptight, or maybe they were on their period, or whatever excuse you would have made. But like I said earlier, I said, this isn't the first time. And you're like, no. So you've been told off before. You've been told to fuck off.
Yeah, I have.
And you just bounced right back up and kept going. And how did that work out for you? How did that normally work? And honestly, how did that work out for you?
Honestly, and this will sound like bullshit, but it's just like, well, some of them like it, some of them are receptive, so I just move on.
That sounds like some of that pickup artist bullshit where if you talk to 100 women, you're gonna get 6 numbers. 6 of those numbers are gonna turn into 3 dates. One of those dates is gonna turn into some banging. So you need to talk to 100 women if you want to bang one.
what I was telling myself. Oh, some of them.
And that's your sincere thinking.
That was
and you've been
exactly
nothing
what
but
my
sincere.
mind
You've been nothing but sincere with me up until this point, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure, like that you're being completely, because I would expect that, you know, like I want to give you this opportunity. People want me to make a video about it. It's laid out for me, and I don't want to do that. But you know, my channel is built about predator exposure.
Yeah.
And if you're being completely sincere with me, then I can, you know, let's continue on. But that line needs to come out, keeping the part about, you know, being told off in silence, and then mention that's unacceptable. Why is it unacceptable?
Uh-huh.
Why is it unacceptable?
Right.
Some told me off, some suffered in silence. Why is that unacceptable?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you. Why is that unacceptable?
Because they're not doing it for my kind of attention. You know, they're not interested in some guy that they don't even know coming on to them.
Why is it unacceptable for you, Jordan? Not why is it unacceptable in a general sense? Because most people, you know, most people don't have to be told not to make toast in the bathtub or not to let their dog shit on a floor and not pick it up.
Yeah.
But some people do. But that's not.
That was a muse dig. Had to get in a muse dig.
Not what this is about. Why was it unacceptable for you that you were told off many times over the years and kept going? That's what this is about. This is not a general statement on the world or the public as a whole, and you're giving a lesson. This is why you're humbled and you're showing humility. So why was it unacceptable for you? Because you're asking people to forgive you. They know it's unacceptable.
Yeah. Because I made them feel terrible, man. I felt that made them feel angry or sexual or ashamed or whatever the fuck negativity. I put that negativity on them.
Jordan, why was it unacceptable that you continued to do it over the years? That I'm not asking you to give me that answer right now, but you need to write that down. There needs to be something, just like the line about the kids, there needs to be something there about how you recognize that you were told over the years and still kept going. Why is that unacceptable? What does that do to people? And how did it make you feel? You know, how powerful did you feel when you're behind the keyboard and able to say whatever it is that you wanted to these people and make sexual jokes, innuendos, and advances to people? Because, hey, even if 1 out of 100 replies positively, you're going to miss every shot you don't take, right?
Yeah.
So that
Wayne Regretsky.
That needs to be added there. So okay, next, I did the same, and then we'll start from there.
I did the same on DeviantArt, sexualizing left and right, so many times I can't even count. I believe the person who, this is the troll thing, I believe the person who alerted people to my behavior is someone completely separate than the person who's been showing up in live streams pretending to be me. I think the two incidents are completely unrelated.
And then that's it. That's all you talk about. That, I mean, do you know what it's like to try and blow a whistle on someone and that person tells people this is a fucking troll, don't even pay attention? This person was trying to make a video and release it to show people and got shut down, was told to fuck off.
Yeah.
Is
Honestly,
that okay?
Until yesterday, I thought it was all the same person. I was choosing to believe it was all the same person. And now I know absolutely it was not.
So do you think that this sentence should be buried? You have people who don't want to stream on their own channels because they think there's some random troll out here going after people. Eurovision thinks that there's thumbs down on his videos because of this troll.
I believe that's true, though.
Why?
I mean, I've had...
There was an edit there. Because of this troll, and not because his videos suck.
Because I've had a number of people in the community say, I had this troll. As soon as I started saying that, mind you, this was like 2 months ago. It's just like, they're like, oh yeah, I had someone too.
Why would it be the same troll? Like, just saying that, oh, I had this troll 2 months ago. That doesn't even make any sense.
Lens 33, you're gonna miss every shot you don't take was a Wayne Gretzky quote. So I was just calling Jorrun Wayne Regretsky. I don't know anything about BAP's childhood dream. I just know her current dream to be with me. Very damn sexual.
Well, I mean, it's been a
Jordan.
I've dealt with trolls.
Perfect, but you're wrong, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. You buried this. You buried this, and this is important because people are afraid, and you need to let people know that and this. I believe that the person who has alerted people to my behavior is someone completely separate than the person who's been showing up in live streams. Pretend it's a run-on sentence that means nothing. You need to let people know that some of you right now are afraid because you think there's a troll attacking your site. I brought this on myself.
Yeah.
This person is after me and me alone. Please continue living your lives and doing your thing. Like, this person doesn't want, because they mention nothing about these other people, Jorrun.
Okay. So should I not at all mention the fact that there was a separate troll doing very different things?
Read that line and tell me that it doesn't sound like a confusing fucking mess. If someone wasn't completely aware of what was going on, they wouldn't even know what you were talking about there.
You're right.
The person who was alerted, the person who I called a troll was not a troll. It was, in fact, trying to warn people about my predatory behavior. Spell it out that clearly.
Okay. Let me see. All right, I'm going to delete this and type that out. The person who was alerting people to my...
No, Jordan, I need you to continue on and finish that part later, and then you can send it to me again. Because I got my kid here and stuff, and I'm taking time out to do this with you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I have 2 paragraphs left. Hello?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Oh, okay. I have 2 paragraphs left. You'd have trouble finding a group of women that deserves more respect than the TCAP community. Well, you already said that's wrong.
Yeah, you put that in there twice. And I mean, it's such bullshit.
Okay. Let's see here. I apologize to anyone in my streams or anyone else's streams I made. Wait, did I? Oh, sorry. I just thought I get a little lost. I apologize to anyone in my streams or anyone else's streams that I made feel dirty or objectified. I apologize for any comments I left on videos where I was overly sexual. The old excuses. I was thinking in my little head. Think about that. Is ever something you want to be the case? And yeah, that's something I should, like you said, I should take out.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see. Yeah, people don't need to know.
No, I want you to read the whole paragraph.
No, just because I did help.
Okay. Well, you didn't even finish it. I was telling you that one line wasn't. But again, you pasted the whole thing into the chat, Jordan. So read it from the chat.
Let me see. I apologize to anyone in my...
He wouldn't listen to me because he wanted to live edit as we went because he wanted to get the exact thing I was telling him so that when he read it to me again, it was exactly what I had given him. And it was pissing me off because I edited out a lot of like him hemming and hawing and slowly typing and shit. It was really upsetting.
My streams or anyone else's streams that I made feel dirty or objectified. I apologize for any comments I left on videos where I was overly sexual. And then I would take out the rest and go to the last paragraph.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and read the last paragraph.
All right. Thank you all for listening to me. My time on YouTube has been amazing. Made so many good friends, had so much support from me and my general talent. I've been accepted with open arms and treated really, really good. It's time for me to step up and prove I'm worthy of that. I've taken down my videos that were sexual in nature. My stuff going forward will not be sexual. It's not like there's in a world of things out there to discuss and make jokes about. I'm going to make sure I'm respectful to all the women I meet on the internet and in person from now on. Thank you for your time. I hope you can forgive me, but if you can't, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Do you believe talking about the support for you and your talent? What?
Well, I just want to show that I'm appreciative for everything that's done.
But you haven't been appreciative. So talking about that's not going to be a good. So you're saying everyone reached out to me and was so incredible to me, and I treated them like fuck toys. But now I respect them, and my talent. You talk.
Guru, thanks. There's only about 10 minutes left, so sleep well, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
About your talent and this love that you have. You're talking about what you've gotten.
Right. Okay, how about if I go from thank you all for listening to me to I've taken down my videos that were sexual in nature. My stuff going forward will not be sexual.
Yeah, read it like that. Read the whole last paragraph like you just said it.
Okay, let me just take that out. Okay. Thank you all for listening to me. I've taken down my videos that were sexual in nature. My stuff going forward will not be sexual. It's not like there's in a world of things out there to discuss and make jokes about. I'm going to make sure I'm respectful to all the women I meet on the internet and in person from now on.
Now that part's important. I want to key in on that part. You're going to be respectful to all women you meet on the internet and in person.
Yeah.
And you can say that with 100% sincerity. If I was looking you in the eye, you would say, I sincerely will be respectful to all women I meet and the current women like Molly or Mini Syllables, Kelp Pill.
Yeah.
And that's sincere.
Yes.
And so, and you're being 100%, now with the script that I know there's still some things to work on, but with what you've built out, you believe that you've been 100% sincere with me. And this is a sincere apology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'd be lying if I said that I didn't care about those people, even though I did things that were terrible. And that's kind of where I've got myself, where there's one part of me that cares and respects and is real, and there's another part that's a horny fuck.
I love that line. There's one part that cares and respects and is real, and there's another part that is a horny fuck. That is the most T-cap line that he probably said that entire night.
And that's something I need to address in my personal life.
Well, I mean, I haven't talked to Tiffany. I'll be honest. I have not talked to Tiffany about any of this.
She messaged me.
Okay, and what did you tell her? Like, what did you tell her you were going to be doing?
So let me pull that up. I says it's deleted. The videos, everything I did with her is deleted from YouTube and my hard drive. The sketch, the rehearsal, the behind the scenes, everything is gone.
All of it's gone.
Gone. I don't even have a backup or anything.
So nothing. Okay. So I mean, that'll probably make her feel better to know that that none of that stuff's there. And if you're being sincere, I could tell her that when I do, speak with her whenever that is, because I'm sure that'll make her feel a lot better knowing that that's gone. Especially with the admission of the kids and the genie stuff. Like that's not going to be something she's gonna. And you did that. So like you told her that. And then, so I have one question for you.
Yes.
What is this?
Hang up the phone, Jordan. Just hang up the phone.
Because that was just sent to me as the genie video that's been privated and not deleted.
It says authentication error. Please select a different account.
Is the video privated or deleted, Jordan?
I deleted it. If you give me 1 second, I'll check. It was 100% deleted. I will go in there so I can.
If it's 100% deleted, you don't even need to check. If I delete a video, there is no need for me to go and look because I know it's deleted, and it's deleted, and you're not going to tell me otherwise. I don't need to check.
Make absolute fucking sure. Let me say. I'm not taking any half measures here. I'm not screwing around. Okay.
When I go to the video, it says this video is private.
Okay, let me see. Hold on.
So I'd have to say that kind of lacks sincerity if that's the case.
Right. No. The stuff that I have privated but not deleted yet has been the kelp pill stuff.
Jordan, I'm looking at I have a channel too. I know the difference between a private video and a deleted video. I'm looking at a screen that says video unavailable. This video is private. That's not what a deleted video would say.
But it's deleted. Hold on, I'm going to go very carefully because I want to take this seriously and not.
How careful is there's a delete button? It's not careful. Either you did it or you didn't, Jordan.
That's like when Vince would tell me how valuable he was to Chris Hansen because he had to set up the waiting room for the live streams. You mean pushing the button to set up the live stream? Bitch, what are you talking about? Let me go very carefully. If you deleted the video is deleted, and you know it is deleted. It is gone. Deleted.
And I'm giving you a
Is
chance
this
right
something
now.
you're clicking on right now?
Yeah, I'm clicking on it right now. I'm on myself. I was sent the link as we were talking.
Yeah.
Was sent the link and asked. I thought he was deleting these. And if it's something that you're
Nothing. I
keeping,
have,
hold on. If it's something that you're keeping for your own pleasure, even after all this, Jordan, that's not good.
Hold on.
Because that's what I'm seeing. Video private.
Now the new one says video. How the fuck can it say video private if it's deleted?
Because that would mean it wasn't deleted.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I will delete everything that shows up as private this second.
No, Jordan, no, let us download it. I'm sorry I said that, Jordan. I'm so fucking sorry. Look, I'll take it all back. Just let us have that content, Jordan, before you delete it. Please.
Because this shit needs to get done.
Jordan, I'm asking you. I'm asking you right now.
Yeah.
Was that video privated?
It's gone.
Jordan.
Deleted. Completely off my computer. Completely off YouTube.
Well, I need you to calm the fuck down.
Okay.
That's not okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice.
I'm the last person you should be raising a voice at right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You direct all that anger at fucking Jordan. Don't yell at me.
Okay. I'm sorry, brother. I really am.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Yeah. Was the video privated? Because I'm seeing it as privated and that's not cached. I know IT
it was
far better than you. This was a fresh screen. I changed the IP.
I was a computer network engineer in the Air Force and after for Ford Motor Credit for a long time. So him trying to pull this shit on me, it really did irritate me. The shit frustrated me. Like, just admit what you did, bitch. Like, I see it. I'm looking at it. Just admit it.
Address, just in case. And it's coming up as video privated.
This is crazy shit. I deleted it. Let me see if I can at least try to figure out. Okay. So Tiffany contacted me at 10:30.
I'm looking at it right now, Jordan. So
I hear you.
I'm telling you that it's upright, that it says privated right now.
How is that possible? Hold on. Okay. Would it help if I changed browsers? I mean,
Jordan, if you're seeing, if the video's gone, then it wouldn't matter. You could do it on your phone.
Yeah.
The browser's not going to matter.
Yeah.
It says the video
is
is
the frustration of someone who is actually innocent. Finally.
This is the frustration of someone who's actually innocent. Finally. What does that mean? Because you've been accused of a lot of things. I mean, we were talking about kids and you talking to kids, and so you're admitting that you weren't innocent in those situations.
And
I'm just failing to find the humor in the situation with everything going on, and you're telling me that you're being sincere and that everything is gone, and then I get this while we're on the phone. While you're telling me your sincere statement, I get this.
I will delete my entire channel if you think that's what I need to do.
Jordan,
that's how serious I am.
I want you to stop asking me what I think you need to do. Because again, I don't have expertise in preying on women online to the point where I have to delete a channel. I don't know what to do. I know what not to do, and that's why I've avoided this situation. You need to decide what you're going to do, but I'm telling you right now that I'm looking at a video that you said was deleted. I know what a deleted video looks like, and I know what a private video looks like.
Yeah.
They don't accidentally switch between one or another.
And you said it's not cached.
I mean, I'm offended that you would even ask me that.
Dude, I'm trying.
I know IT Far better than you. I know how to create a new screen. I switch my IP. I completely clear the cache in the incognito tab. I'm seeing that this video is private. Now, if I refresh it and then it says that the video is gone, that tells me that now you went and deleted it. But if it stays up that it's private, it tells me that you're just keeping it private for your own personal use.
Oh boy, I can't wait. Is it possible? Is it possible that somebody sent a link to something else that's currently private?
Jorrun,
Kelso is still up.
Do you think that I'm a rookie? You don't think I have this link already?
No.
You don't think I have this link already? You don't think all this stuff was sent to me prior to you privating and deleting? I'm telling you that people laid out a blueprint for me to make a video. This is what people do.
Yeah.
They send me a blueprint of everything so I don't have to go and search for it.
Yeah.
That video had already been downloaded and put into a Google Drive. So the Three Wishes video is downloaded and available, but you said that it was deleted, cleared, wiped from your hard drive, and I'm looking at a screen that says it's been privated.
How is that possible? I could send you a screenshot right now of all my content, the back end, everything. I want to do my absolute best to let you know that I'm sincere and that all your time that you've given me has not been a waste. Yes, of course, I want to save my skin. I'm not going to lie, but you've been going above and beyond much more than I deserve.
Yeah, send me that screenshot, and then you might as well keep working on it.
I have those screenshots, and all it is a reminder of the content we let slip through our fingers because we just assumed that we would never, ever, ever want to revisit this bullshit. And then we made the same mistake again with Kennedy. We learned nothing. And those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it or something along those lines, but that's the general gist of it. We learned nothing.
On your script, I'm gonna look into some things on the back end here. I'm getting stuff coming in, so I'm gonna check this stuff out, and then let me know when you're done.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
All right, guys, I'm gonna call it for the night. Thank you so much for joining me for this second and a double header of Jorrun goodness. As we come up on July, I will be doing more streams. Probably not gonna stream this weekend, but I'll stream again next week. I'll be doing something Lauren related to soon. So I'm just gonna play you guys out with some Jorrun singing The Temptations. And we went through a lot of stuff tonight, but if you are at home with that special someone and you're wondering why this content was oh so sexual, you cannot blame me. You can only blame Steer Music. Sleep well.
Melina DS is the best. You're crazy. Jazzy D is the best. No. Super Rona Amira Sing and Play is the best. No. Aquarian is the best, and I can't pronounce her last name.
I get to the gray sky blue. I can make it rain whenever I wanted to. Oh, I can build a castle from a single grain of sand. I can make a ship sail on dry land. But my life is incomplete and I'm so blue. Yes, I can't get next to you, babe. No matter what I can't get next to you. Just can't get next to you, babe. Can't get next to you. I can fly like a bird in the sky. I can buy anything that money can buy. Oh, I get to the river into a raging fire. I can live forever if I so desire. All the things I can do is all I can get next to you. Can't get next to you, baby. No matter what I do, can't get next to you. Wow. Chicka boom, chicka boom. Chicka boom, boom, boom. I can't turn back the hands of time. You better believe I can. I can make the seasons change just by waving my hand. Oh, I can change anything from old to new. Thing I want to do the most, I'm unable to do. Unhappy am I with all the powers I possess. 'Cause girl, you're the key to my happiness. And I can't get next to you. Girl, you're blowing my mind. 'Cause I can't get next to you. Can't you see these tears I'm crying? I can't get next to you. Girl, it's you that I need. Gotta get next to you. Can't you see these tears I'm crying? I can't get next to you. I can't get next to you. I can't get next to you.